And we're here, and we're live, and we're happening. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Plus One EXP and the cult here. Ta-da! My name is Sarah. I am your real-life stepdad and one of the cult leaders here at Plus One EXP. Plus One is a weird little brand that multi-classes in tabletop game design, beard and skincare alchemy, and the Bardic College of Content Creation. The dream and hope here at Plus One is to help amazing designers find great players who love their games and help amazing players find great designers whose games they can love. I'm joined by two incredible people that I'm very excited to play a very, very good game with. Kegan, go ahead and tell people who you are and remind them so we can talk about Danielle.
Looking at the overlay, I believe I'm Danielle.
Oh, amazing! When did that happen?
Yeah.
Okay, let me fix it. Stand by.
Thanks so much.
Here.
Hi, yeah, I'm Kegan. I'm one of the co-owners of Plus One, and the other cult leader. I'm just here to play games. What are we playing today?
Hi.
Look how fast I can go through that.
Goodness. So, hi. My name is Danielle Osterman. I am an indie tabletop role-playing game designer, and I am, in fact, the designer behind what we're playing today, which is Monster Guts 2nd Edition. Monster Guts, you're getting a little sneak peek of what we're going to be getting into later right now. Monster Guts 2nd Edition is a action-packed tabletop role-playing game that is inspired by all of our favorite monster hunting video games. It's all about playing badasses and going off and hunting these really big, powerful monsters and carving them up into their guts. And we're going to have a lot of fun today showing off, like making some scavengers for you, and then going on a really big monster hunt and fighting something that's pretty gross. It's going to be a really fun and really good time. All right.
By our favorite monster hunting video games, you do mean Pokemon, right?
Is that
They are famously pocket monsters.
Technically,
so
they
are
do fight.
So here's the like the difference a little bit, which is so Pokemon. So like Pokemon are like, I don't know, like this big, right? Okay. And like in Monster Guts and like Monster Hunter games, we're talking about like house-sized, skyscraper-sized monsters. It's just like Pokemon's great. Like, don't get me wrong, I love me some Pokemon. I love me some Animon too. There's a little bit of a shout out for Animon in the game actually, but it's just a difference of scale. It's a difference of scale. Also, like, I was never willing to play Power World because the idea of like attacking Pokemon or Pokemon-like thing with like a really big fucking sword, it does not make me very happy inside.
Yeah, that's
the idea of going after a very large, like what we're going to fight later today with a very big sword, that does make me very happy.
That's so fair. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Thank you for conceding. So let us get started. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna sort of treat this like it's a one shot. So we're gonna make us some characters, and then we're gonna go and get ourselves knee deep, elbow deep, maybe armpit deep in some guts.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So let's introduce a little bit about the setting, where this is all taking place. So I'm gonna read you this lovely little boxed text I have in the book. Once we flew the skies and traveled the deeps. Once we delved into the minuscule and corralled the massive. Once we created life to support and sustain our bodies. And then our monsters turned on us. They consumed our forests, our water, our livestock, our home, and our lives, and then they multiplied. Our village was isolated enough to escape the brunt of the attacks, but there are no more trees to burn, no metal to smelt, no food to eat, no water to drink. To live, we needed to hunt the very monsters who had deprived us of our livelihoods and liberties. And so we trained the scavengers in massive weaponry cobbled together with whatever we could spare. Weapons suited to killing the monsters who stalk our land. From these early monsters, we fed our community, fortified our homes, and built bigger weapons. And we forged armor to tap into their brutal abilities. And now, you are here to take on the scavenger's mantle. Our survival depends on you, as do any hopes we have of repairing the mess we've made. So, let's get started with some characters, shall we? So we are making, as I said, some very cool monster hunting badasses. So the very first thing that you are both going to need to do is choose a look. And I've got a big selection of looks to sort of think about and choose from that's in the book. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the compliments, chat. So I'm just going to start reading to give you some different vibes. And if you get to something and you're like, oh, actually, that's kind of my jam. You can just be like, hey, Danielle, just stop. We're done. We can move on now.
Excellent.
And if nothing's really suiting you, obviously, add your own. So I'm just going to start reading. So this is a look, your vibe for your character. The bones of your prey.
Hey, that's mine.
You son of a bitch.
Great.
You son of a bitch. I thought I was going to beat you to it.
I mean, look, if you both want to be like decked out in the bones of your prey, like I'm not here to stop you. Like, oh, we can just move on. I don't have to read the rest of the stuff.
100%.
Like,
You should for chat. You should read some of because the others are really sick, but it's
all right. Why don't we, since you are actually also looking at this list, you want to like throw out a couple of favorites that really caught your eye that you're not picking because you're boring, but like you still think are good as like a second place.
I mean, fursuit exoskeleton, I almost grabbed instead.
Yeah, that one's really physics-defying hair is excellent. Yeah. Let's see, grease blackened overalls with steel-toed boots. I really love. Feathers and scales expertly knit together is another like top tier one for me. Oh, monster hide corset and linsteel stockings is just. But it is the bones of my prey.
It is unfortunately bones. Look, I'm just wearing bones. I have a brand.
No shame.
I gotta stick to it.
There's a reason why it's first.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand the assignments, and it's cool. So let's move on. So the next thing that we're gonna make as we're building both of your scavengers is you need to decide why you became a scavenger. And each of these have got like a little they're like little sentence fragments, and they've got a blank for someone's name to go, and then they can be the name of either another scavenger or like someone in the village that you are going to make up for us. And I'm going to read through again this list. When we get to something that you're like, yes, this is my reason. Again, you can just yell at me, hey, Danielle, we're done. Thank you. So to honor my mentor, blank, to thank blank for taking me in, to avenge blank by killing every last monster, to save blank from hardship by learning to master the monsters, to prevent blank from taking up arms instead, to prove I am better than blank.
Oh, that's mine.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
I'm shocked.
I did take, I wrote this down already. It's to prove I'm better than my brother, whose name is just Trophy Husband, and we'll get into it later.
Amazing.
Beautiful. Well, for Sarah's sake, I'm going to keep going.
Yes.
To spite blank and one day lead the village. And then last, to live up to blank's expectations.
I'm gonna go with to prevent Trophy Husband from taking up arms instead.
Beautiful. All right, we've got this like lovely, terrible triangle all around Trophy Husband now. I'm so excited to see where this goes. Okay, cool. Next thing, we are choosing as an epithet to accompany your name. We're gonna get to your name later. Like, obviously names are important, but what is also very important are like the words that we attach to our names.
Yes.
And so I'm just gonna read through the list when you yell at me when I need to stop. Relentless, goat-brained, wily, nimble, stunning, toxic, bristled, power surge, flame forged, keen-eyed.
I think that's the one I'll go with is keen-eyed.
Keen-eyed. All right, cool. So, thundering, curious, gullible, ravenous, ferocious, trickster, haughty, jaundiced.
And that's it.
Oh god.
Cool. Great. Easy. Sick. Cool. So Sarah's gonna be something, the keen-eyed, or keen-eyed something. Kegan's gonna be something, the jaundiced, or jaundiced so-and-so. Beautiful. Okay, next up. Where did you get your first weapon from? And this is another one of those fill in the blank type deals. I'm going to read out little sentence fragments, and then, there's going to be a blank in there. You're going to add that. It's going to be, again, the name of another scavenger. Maybe it's more trophy wife. Maybe it's someone else. I don't know. Maybe the village is just the three of you. That'd be not really quite a village, more like a little capital H Hamlet, just with less murder. No, probably more actually. So we're just gonna keep on going. So a family heirloom inherited from blank, an old farm tool shaped to your hand and purposed by blank. Hand and purposes, excuse me. Scrounged from the ruins of blank's former home, found in the belly of the beast along with blank's mentor. A child's toy given to you by blank, now tweaked and twisted into deadly form. The jawbone of the monster that killed Blank's childhood love, stolen from the tomb of Blank's ancestor.
I'm taking
God
it. I'm
damn it.
taking it, you son of a bitch. I'm taking it. Stolen from the tomb of Kyle's ancestors.
All right, Kyle. All right, who's Kyle?
I think Kyle is a person who lives in the village that I have great disdain for.
Beautiful. Oh my God. So this is very intentional. To
Yeah,
steal the
yeah,
weapon
and
from
I'm
Kyle's ancestor.
100% gaslighting Kyle into thinking like this is, bro, this is totally not that same weapon. Like, would that one have these cool gems in it? No.
Obviously
Lame.
not. Your family was poor. Yeah.
Correct.
No, I get
Come
it.
on, Kyle.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, that's been taken. And sorry, Kegan. You can share bones. You cannot share this.
Yeah,
Not because it's against the rules, but because I'm being a bitch.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. It makes sense we take different ones here. I'll grab Found in the Belly of a Beast along with Sarah's mentor.
Beautiful.
And we'll figure out Sarah's name later, obviously, but I am just
Obviously.
writing down Sarah for now.
That's very good.
Beautiful. Cool. All right, now we're actually getting to the name part. So choose a name, and I don't have suggestions here. I just have like philosophical guidance. And as these two lovely creative beings are struggling to think of like a good name that's not like
already
Sarah
wrote a
and
name
Kegan.
down.
I already know my name too.
Great. We can just get this action. This is perfect. Awesome. So what are the character names so I can stop using your terrible human names and start using cooler ones instead?
That's true. Keegan, you go first.
I have a great human name, to be fair, but I just named myself Hunter in this case, which is a worse name, I want on record, because my parents
fair enough.
named me and Trophy Husband after their aspirations for
Oh no. Oh no. That's everything.
I've been waiting to say this.
That's very good.
Beautiful.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna kick it. Listen. I got to play Monster Hunter version 1. We're bringing it back. I'm Jira Ramslayer again, because God bless, I love that freaking character.
Yes, beautiful. All right, and we got Sarah. It's Kira Ramslayer, you said?
Jira, Jira.
Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. And specifically, it's not Hunter. It is it Jaundiced Hunter or Hunter the Jaundiced?
It's Hunter the Jaundiced.
Very good.
And then it'd be Jira Keen-Eyed Ramslayer?
Jira Ramslayer, the Keen-Eyed.
The Keen-Eyed, perfect. I'm just typing this in here for my own personal notes. I promise not to use, actually, I will not promise not to use this promotional materials about Monster Guts. Thank you for the free ad content.
Please do.
That's literally
Beautiful.
what we're here for.
I mean, look, I was gonna like put some lipstick on it first. So, Scavenger's Companion. Now, we know from all of our favorite monster hunting games, in this case actually including Pokemon, that, okay, what's very important, obviously, is our badass scavenger, but also very important is their very wonderful animal-like friend. And so in the world of Monster Guts, just as like we created all of these terrible bioengineered monsters as resource extractors, we've also taken all of our lovely animal pets and we have given them sapience and made them bigger and like much smarter. And now they're like our friends and companions in more of a sense than they are even now. There are 4 different types of companions, and they each have their own like special benefits that they can offer you. And so we're going to pick sort of that sort of overall premise, and then we're going to deal deep into more of like their own, like their relationship to you, you know, what sort of what their vibes are, what they look like, and also some of the differences between you and your companion. So 4 types of companions. We have the Caterpal, which is a pet project from someone who played far too much Anamon. Caterpals are rideable caterpillars. Dojapals are descended from canine workhorses, and Dojapals make phenomenal mounts. The Hootapals are, they are the bird-like companions, and obviously they can fly and are very good at tracking and ambushing things. And then, of course, we have Palines. The best hunters have Paline companions. Palines are anthropomorphic cats, of course. They are clever, furry, cute, and also they did not hold a gun to my head while I wrote this description. Yeah, so in terms of like advantages to think about, so Caterpals can, as like rideable caterpillars, they can travel any terrain when they don't have any issues of falling off. Whereas Dojapals, when you're riding on your Dojapal, you can travel really, really far, very, very quickly. Hootapals are very good at flying and also very good at helping you sneak up onto monsters while they are sleeping, which is, you know, that's kind of handy when you're trying to track down very large monsters that could eat you in a single bolt. And then Palines, their benefit is at the end of the hunts, after you've cut up the monster into a whole bunch of guts, your Paline is going to dive into the pile of rejects and emerge and present potentially you with some extra monster guts at the very end. So what are we thinking?
I would like to make a Paline. I am going to name it Juno. So we have Jira and Juno.
Cool.
And I think it's wonderful.
I think I'm gonna grab a Caterpal just because I love the idea of being on a giant caterpillar.
I think that's wonderful.
Beautiful. All right, and we're gonna get to the name of a Caterpal later, because Sarah is, excuse me, jumping the gun again.
I just get so excited.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So let's do some looks for your companion. This is a much longer. There are 3 sort of different like categories of like different vibes. And so I'm gonna let the 2 of them sort of like go through the first parts of that, and I'm gonna like read through some of the like more aesthetic combinations at the very end. Sound good?
Yes.
Yes.
So a couple of like really choice ones of like what they're wearing. We've got something like neon yellow rubber boots and blackened gardener's gloves, repurposed cargo loader exosuits, body paints, a woven razor grass hat, a linsteel tunic in your colors. Those are some of like my favorites. There's a bunch of other ones. So what are y'all thinking for some looks for your companions?
I am going with fluffy tortoiseshell ancestral burlap sack.
Beautiful. All right, cool. Kegan?
I'm going with fuzzy, but also chitinous.
Yeah, beautiful.
And maybe scarred. I feel like I've had it for a while.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is a battle hardened Caterpal. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Cool. Awesome. All right. Now for like this is the fun one. This is maybe my favorite question of the whole character creation process. So, choose 2 things that you share with your companion and 1 thing that you don't. So this is a like long list of stuff, and I'm just gonna read through it. And when I get to something that you're like, ooh. Like, again, just yell at me, all right? So we got diligence, intensity, stubbornness, tranquility, a hammock, sense of humor, favorite food, defiance of authority, phobia, a musical skill, a moral code, long memory, an eye for detail, arrogance, humility, gullibility, cynicism, a need to urinate on electric fences.
I'm grabbing that one. I just want it on record.
I'm shocked.
I love that it's a race for Kegan, and I like dibs.
Were you gonna grab that one too?
No, but like
Okay.
the way you said it, like made me feel like you thought I might.
I really did think you might.
To be fair, we have been battling it out for some of the other ones.
It's true. This is a hard-fought race. All right, curiosity, parental instincts, veneration of the elders of the village, wanderlust, piety, righteous rage, familial expectations and obligations, and respect for nature.
Okay,
So
I've got mine.
Okay, what are the 2 things that you got in common, and what's the 1 thing that's different?
So we both share a sense of humor and a phobia.
Okay.
We don't share an eye for detail. I think.
Which one of you's got the eye?
I think Juno has the eye for detail, which is hilarious that I'm keen-eyed.
Beautiful. That's really funny.
For me, 2 things we share. A need to urinate on electric fences. I do.
Okay.
I do feel that bone deep. We share familial expectations. And then the thing we don't share, that I think my Caterpal has that I don't, is a respect of elders of the village.
Oh, this is great. I love like the contrast of like the 2 of you with these like familial expectations upon you, and like one of like your Caterpal is like, yeah, I'm gonna be pious and like maybe a little bit humble. I'm gonna respect my elders, and you're just like, why?
Did we skip how we met our companions?
Oh my goodness gracious, we absolutely did. Thank you so much for your attention to detail. This is what happens when you're gaming with ADHD. So yes, that actually is literally the very first question.
And I was like, wait a second.
No, perfect. So while Sarah like sort of looks through the options, why don't you talk to me a little bit about how you met your Caterpal?
Yeah, so I knew my Caterpal's parents.
Okay.
And I think that sort of like ties into the like
The
familial
hereditary. Yeah.
expectations, the respect of elders and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
No,
that
that makes
like
sense. That
I
makes
think
sense.
the village has a lot of Caterpals.
Beautiful. I
Um,
love it.
I think I'm
Hmm.
standing in for their previous hunting partner.
Okay.
I think was my mentor. That
Oh, okay.
got.
Yeah. Yeah. That's heavy. I like it. Cool. All right. So these are your animal companions. The last thing that we need, of course, is the name of your animal companions. Now, again, we've got Juno for Jirogram Slayer for the keen-eyed, but what is going to be your Caterpil's name?
Yeah, I just call my Caterpal Horse.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Let me put that in my notes. Horse the Caterpillar.
How do you spell that?
Horse.
Dang it.
As one would expect. He was also named after what my family wanted for him, and it was him to be a horse.
There you go. There you go.
Well, you know what? He is eminently rideable,
Yeah.
which is great. It's good and important. All right, perfect. Uh, hmm. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do this. So we're gonna like take a little minute out to talk about some game rules for a little bit of like what your companion helps you with when you are actually fighting the monster. So the first thing that your companion can help you with is that whenever you're gonna get hit by some attack and you don't want to do that, you can just tap your companion and they will help you get out of the way. The first time, it's free. You're just like boop out of the way. Your companion just tackled you to safety, and you're fine. The second time, that hits a little bit more aggressive. Your companion had a little bit less time to help you out, and so you're going to fall prone, but you're not going to take any of the other consequences of the attack. The third time, however, your companion is just going to take the full blow for you, and they are going to need to leave the hunt after that. Like they're going to be fine, but like they need to go and take a break, and their break will be done when the hunt is over. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. All right, we are gonna skip past some of these tools, which are some one-use items for companions to be using. But again, this is a one-shot. We're going to keep things nice and simple, and we're going to move over into what I think was everyone's favorite part of the Monster Hunter game, certainly, which is your weapons. Now, in Monster Guts, there are 12 different weapons, and they function a lot like a character class or a playbook in other tabletop role-playing games. So it's going to come with like a starting stat package, and it's going to come with like sort of a unique passive ability, as well as some very cool and unique combat abilities called techniques. Now, they've been looking through the weapons already. I'm going to sort of give you a quick list of all of the different weapons that we've got on offer, and then we're going to talk about them and like what weapons they are going to choose to start with. So we've got ourselves a bow, bowgun, fire lance, the glaive, greatsword, halberd, knives, longsword, maul, modular scythe, Vespin spear, and of course the war bugle. So what are we picking?
The bow.
All right, I'm shocked.
I was about to be like the War Bugle because I was told right before the stream started I could not play War Bugle.
I did say you could not play the war bugle. I'm teasing you. I'm terrible. I'm teasing you with it, but no war bugle for you.
Okay. In that case, because I've been told I can't have fun, I'll play the glaive.
Beautiful, beautiful. This is me, noted fun hater, running tabletop role-playing games in my spare time.
Yeah,
absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, awesome. So your weapon is going to give you. And we're going to talk a little bit more about mechanics now that you've sort of chosen your weapon. So Monster Guts is a lumen game, which means that sort of for most things outside of combat, we care about 3 different stats. We care about your crush, your slice, and your pierce. And these are, of course, also damage types. We'll get into that later. Each weapon's got its own distribution of stats. And whenever you want to do something that's risky or dramatic or exciting or scary or spooky, that's got some very interesting consequences of failure, what you're going to do is you're going to describe how you want to accomplish what you're doing, rather than sort of and that approach is going to determine which of those 3 attributes you're going to use. Your crush, your slice, your pierce. So crush, that's like your brute, raw force, physical energy, expending a lot of efforts. Your slice is about speed and quickness, dexterity and agility. And then piercing is about sort of anticipation and preparation. So, for example, if you're wanting to like cross a river, crushing is just like, I'm just going to jump across the whole river. I don't care how wide it is. I'm just going to jump. Slice is like, I'm going to like dance from like slippery rock, and like get all the way across. And Pierce is like, there's a bridge right over there. Why don't we take the bridge? That's sort of the different vibes of these techniques, is that each weapon's got its own distribution of these stats to begin with, sort of because that's sort of the approach that weapon takes when it's interfacing and engaging with the worlds. All right, those are our stats, and because we're talking about weapons, we're talking about stats, we're just keep on a little bit more mechanics, and then we're gonna get into actually like doing some role playing and some like maybe some monster hunting as well. So we're gonna start with our bow. So our bow, okay, we got our crush, we got our slice, we got our pierce. You've also got some health. You got 6 health to start, which is not a lot, but it's not, not nothing either. And you also got your ammo stats. Now, if you want to use your special techniques, you're going to spend some ammo in order to use those abilities. Gotcha. And if you want to get that ammo back during combat, you're going to want to take a scrounge action to like look for like herbs and plants and like bust them together into some ammunition to refuel and get some, to be able to use more of your abilities. And then when you're out of combat, you can also use the scrounge action. It's a little bit different. We'll get to there later. And you've got these 3 very cool techniques, which I'm sure we will be using when we get into actually doing some fighting. Now, our glaive, okay, we got our crush, we got our slice, we got our pierce, we got our health. We've also got a stat called edge. Now, edge, this is used for a lot of our melee close-up weapons. So edge sort of reflects the physical state of your weapon. And again, you're going to spend edge to use all of your different techniques. Okay. And this is the extra fun thing about edge. Some of your techniques scale with how much edge you have remaining. Mm-hmm. So as you use more of your techniques and your edge goes down and down and down and down, some of your abilities are going to become less and less and less effective. So you're going to want to sharpen your weapon, which again, you can do this during combat. You can do this out of combat, which will replenish your edge all the way to full. Although there's a little bit of a cost to it in combat because you'll be more vulnerable to enemy attacks. So those are like our big like stat numbers and our currencies. The rest of this, again, is just our cool combat abilities. We've got our unique passives, which, they'll come up as we get into combats. The last
question about one of my techniques real fast.
Yes, I love questions. Mm-hmm.
Cool. It's binding blow references dealing 2 E harm. Is that like double edge or?
It sure is.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if that was 2 plus E or 2 times E.
Yeah, no, 2 times E. That's because I have a math degree and I forget that people like to have multiplication symbols in between their things.
I assumed it was multiplied. I just wanted to be sure before I said it, and then it was like, oh, actually, it says this in Edge at the very top of the PDF or something. I was gonna be like, shit.
No, cool. You're all good. You're all good. Thank you for the question. This is a good clarifying question. Cool. That's almost all the combat stuff. The last thing is that you are carrying with you an item to begin with the hunt. And that item are some healing herbs, and you can use them at any time to fully restore all of your health or the health of someone who is next to you. That all sort of making some sense? I know it was kind of a lot to throw at you all at once, but that's most of the rules of the whole game.
Yeah, that's great.
Cool. Great. Sarah, are we good?
I am set. I am prepared. I'm ready.
Perfect. All right. So as this is a one-shot, we're going to be moving past all of like the village creation, environment creation rules that we've got. It's very similar to like the character and companion creation. We're just going to move past that into like actually hunting some monsters because we've been here half an hour already, and like that's a long time. We should do some murder instead. So you both are like, you've been on a few hunts, but you're not like expert scavengers by any measure. And so you're a little surprised when you're out there in like the feast hall and the village elder is going to come up to you and be like, hey, we need you both on deck. It's salmon season, which means we had all the salmon coming back from the waters, coming up the rivers here, and we need to make sure that as many of those salmon make it up and then back out as possible so that we can keep fishing in the future, because that's one of our only like safe food supplies left. However, some of our scouts have reported seeing some great gristle bears out in the once emerald forests. And those great gristle bears, these were designed for like commercial fish extraction. They are very, very efficient. And if any of them get to the salmon spawning grounds, we're going to lose out on thousands and thousands of fish for this year and all of the future years. And so we need you. Okay, we're sending all of our scavengers out. Like this is a high priority mission. We're sending all of our scavengers out to all of the different salmon spawning grounds to make sure that there are no great gristle bears anywhere near there. And if they are, to murder them. And you both, you're heading up Skagit Valley. Skagit Valley, it's a real place. You can look it up. It's beautiful in the real world. And in our Monster Guts, it is, well,
Not.
it's been ruined by the ecological apocalypse that are these monsters. So you are both heading up Skagit Valley. Make sure that you're prepared, that you've eaten, that you've got your rations and everything. And make sure that any great gristle bears in that area are very, very, very dead as soon as possible. And then he heads on out of the feast hall to go presumably corral every other scavenger that he can find and help out with this mission.
I hope they are not bringing Kyle. He sucks.
I fucking hate that elder. He just talks. All he had to say was go here and kill a bear.
You don't care about the context of the mission or how it make you feel. You just do.
No, they say go kill a bear. I go kill a bear.
I mean, I guess it's all right. Are you okay? Do you need a snack? You're looking a little orange. It's hard to tell.
It's green.
Oh, I'm colorblind. My eyes do not see so good.
The rare no, but
I think it's wonderful. Yeah, I'm like Jira will pick up her bow. She's got her hair up in a high ponytail, and she's just like covered in bones that look like at one point maybe it was in a coherent outfit, but she has not taken good care of it. So it's kind of like things are poking in weird places, but she's just rolling with it.
I think of the exact opposite of that. I have a bunch of bones on my armor that are all like gilded, but they don't look like they're maybe super functional.
Amazing.
Delightful. I like to imagine like Juno is like sort of trailing after you, trying with like a little sewing needle, being like, okay, there's like this will actually stab you in the ribs if you do not fix this.
Yeah.
Please, can I?
Juno, this is not time for fashion. We don't care. Let's go. It's just going to get dirt on it, and then you'll be so mad.
We'll put the needle and thread away, and they will go, and they will like fetch their pack to carry your food.
If I notice the disappointment, it's okay, Juno. We will make sure that you get so many fish, though, huh? So many fish. Tasty. Huh? Yeah. You like. Yeah. Hey, where's your goat? I say to Hunter.
My goat?
Yeah, goat? Is that not a sheep?
Oh, are you speaking of horse?
It's hard to remember, but yes.
I just like loudly whistle. I don't know if it'll actually summon him, but I do want to look really impressive.
You know what? I think horse has like been like just on the roof of the feast hall, and just like when you whistle, just like
excellent.
And like leans out, like half its body is now like wrapped underside like the roof eaves, and it's like looking down at you. It's like,
okay, let's go, horse.
Gonna like flop, fall down, sort of roll over, and like present its back so that you can like ride there in style.
Hell yeah.
That has a lot of legs for a horse, but it's very nice. Just saying.
All right. Fantastic. So you're gather up. It's gonna take you a few days to get through the environments towards up north towards Skagit Valley. It once was beautiful and green, lovely untoxic waters. It was delightful. Now, now that the trees, they are no longer green. They are red and they are orange, and some of them are purple, and their bark is very hard, and all of the fruit is now toxic and lethal to any but the hardiest of folks. It is a luscious and desolate land at the same time. You have to bring all of the food from the village. You can't really forage or source anything. At least you don't really know if it's safe or not. But you travel, and you are going to find your first signs of a great gristleberry. There's one of these big steel trees has been like knocked over, and there's been these big like claw marks taken out of it, and like you could shoot an arrow into that tree and it would maybe dent it.
Okay.
So big claws.
Big claws.
I mean, that's probably bear, right?
Probably bear.
unless it's not. But the math is mathing into your mind.
I'm gonna look around for like bear shit.
Delightful, delightful. All right, you look around, and yeah, you find some bear shit. What are you gonna do with the bear shit?
I'll hold it up to my friend here. Just come from a bear, no?
Apparently they do shit in the woods. This is important information. I am gonna pull out a notebook and be like, mystery solved. This is good to know. I will tuck
No
that
one is
back
in the
my
forest.
pocket.
Bears continue to shit. This is
Mhm,
important
mhm,
research. I understand.
Can I ascertain, like, given that Hunter is very helpfully held shit at eye level, can I determine like how old it is or like how long it's been there?
Only
Yeah,
by
no,
taste.
I was gonna ask, like, sort of like again, sort of like leaning into our very cool like crush slice pierce thing. Like, how do you want to go about like trying to determine the age of it?
I think. Sorry.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna be a poop scientist. Apparently, I think that it is very like analytical of like, okay, like what does the outer texture look like?
Mhm.
Can I tell like if there's anything in it? Is it like recent vegetation or anything like that to try and ascertain like, is this recent or was this like weeks ago?
Absolutely. This absolutely sounds like Pierce. So, if you could take a number of six-sided dice equal to your Pierce number and roll it, and tell me what the highest number is, that would be great.
So that's 2, and I got a 5.
Perfect. So, if you get a 5 or a 6, that's just a complete success.
Nice.
And so, yeah, that's great. Nice work, especially for the first like roll of the whole session. Like we did plan this. Like they're not real dice. We fixed every roll, of course.
Yes,
This is
yes. Pre-written, pre-written.
Famously, I do stream that way so frequently.
Oh, really? Shit.
Yeah, I have dice this time. I want to reckon I have dice
That's
this
true.
time.
That's good. It's good.
Usually I don't.
Lesson learned. Okay. So, yes. So you were able to ascertain that like this is not the freshest of feces.
Okay.
But it's less than a week old.
Okay.
So you're in the vicinity of where this creature is right now.
Hunter, did you pick that up with your bare hand or your bare hand?
Oh, this is the nude hand I kill bears with.
Okay, here, give me. I'm gonna reach and like take a little bear skeleton paw and like scrape it off. Well, this is old, so many things live in it now. Probably explain why you're green, perhaps. But this is old, so whenever it's been here for some time, we should probably keep trucking. But it is on good path.
Okay, we know we're in the right direction at least.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
Well, you got
follow
a whole
you.
big toxic forest. Oh, what's up?
Oh, I was like, I'll follow you. Let's go.
Oh, you follow me. Okay. I'm gonna kind of like squint into the trees, like
What do you
Jira.
see with your elvish eyes?
Jira just needs a good set of strong glasses. And I would like to look. Obviously, there's like a marked up tree. I want to try and see if I can see like any like broken branches or continued destruction beyond this point, or if it was just like a single act of violence against this particular tree.
Perfect. All right. I think I mean, the consequences of failure are pretty minimal. I'm not going to really ask for a roll.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. As you're looking around, like this bear is not subtle. This bear is not trying to like not be found. This bear is just like, yeah, I am the apex predator in the area, and I am gonna like cut up as many trees as I want in a nice convenient line, leading presumably in the direction that the creature has traveled. And so you're taking stock, and you're going to able to sort of follow the creature's path a lot more closely, and get to wherever it is holed up.
Okay, I think we'll go this way, and maybe we be quiet, and maybe don't pick up any more bear shit. Unless you want to. I'm not your mom.
Fine.
Hard-won concession, my goodness. Perfect. All right, and with that, we are going to, I think, swap to the other layout because it is time for some violence.
Yes. Da, 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 da.
All right. Perfect. Cool. So this is Tabletop Simulator. I definitely did not make the game at all, but what I have done is I have pulled aside and made a little prefab to play some Monster Guts in it. Monster Guts can absolutely be played with sort of theater in the mind combat like all of the rest of the Lumen games, but I wanted as a little extra treat for the second edition. We've got we're having a grid of cards to represent sort of our battlefield environment. And so I'm going to cut this stack. And boop, we're gonna cut it. And this is my second cards. And then I'm gonna do a thing, and it's gonna look like magic to you, which is super exciting. Boom.
That was sick.
Yeah. So this is gonna be our battlefield. We're still thinking about the sort of not really as like a combat grid, but still a narrative environment. And so each one of these cards is reflecting a sort of a different like sub area of the battlefields.
Okay.
And since we are in the once emerald forests, like each of these cards is going to give you a little bit more information about like what that area is. So red cards are like clearings, they're big open spaces. You've got really good visibility, nothing really fancy or special. Black cards are big stands of trees that, well, as big stands of trees are wont to do, are going to block line of sight for any ranged abilities. So you've got, so there's a big stand of trees like right here. That's hard for you to see my hand. So I'm going to there's a big stand of trees like here with these green dice are. And so if I'm here over in these red cards, I'm going to struggle to look past them and see what's beyond. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Last thing, face cards. So face cards are a little special. And in the Once Emerald Forest, all of these face cards are wetlands. These are marshes, there are bogs, they are, just like they still inherit, there's still like the red marsh or wetland is still going to be clear, really good clean visibility, but it's still a wetland. If you fall down in a wetland, you're going to get the slimed condition. So if you can avoid that, that would be great. So we are going to get this started. I'm first going to roll a 2d6 to get a random starting location for where our monster is going to be. So we're going to roll that, and that is a 1 and a 6. So we're going to go 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to put this Gristle Bear up here in the corner over top of these 4 cards. And then we need some tokens for the 2 of you. Player pawns, beautiful. Color preferences.
I like blue. Or were we
Blue?
Blue would be awesome.
Great. Blue, Kegan.
I don't care. I don't have Tabletop Simulator, so I am watching the stream, and I'm on the 45-second delay.
How about...
Cool. I'm going to make you pink.
There
You're
we go.
welcome.
Sick.
Beautiful. I'm going to make these a little bit bigger so that we can see them a little bit more clearly. Obviously, if you're at your home, you can use whatever you've got lying around the house. So you're going to start the battlefield, and you can start on any of these cards that are on the sort of the furthest edge away from the Great Gristle Bear. So y'all have a preference, so I just picked for you. What are we thinking?
You said face cards get you slimed, right?
So if you fall down on a face card, you're going to get slimed.
Okay, but you're not just auto slimed for being.
You're not just auto slimed. You got to fall down first.
Okay, cool. Sarah, do you want to put me in the top right?
Yes.
I feel like that gives
On
us
the king.
yeah. I feel like that gives us some space, to sort of sneak up if we can.
Okay.
Just with the trees and whatnot in the way.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a different tact because the reds are open areas, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I want to try, and I want to be, because I have the bow and I can hit from further away. I want to try and eventually sneak up closer. But I think I'm going to start here for now.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So we are going to start our very first bout. So combat in Monster Guts is broken up into these 2 phases. We've got our bout, which is where we're actually fighting the monster, and then we've got a lull, which is going to happen whenever the monster runs away, or of course the scavengers run away. It's this little downtime gap between the fights where you can rest and resupply a little bit before you get right back to fighting the monster some more. So we are going to start with our very first bout here as our hunters, our scavengers, have been traveling. They've been following this trail of shattered and slashed up steel trees, and you've forded over a small river, and finally you are within sight of your prey. It's like the farthest expanse of this sort of area of Skagit Valley. You've seen the great grizzly bear, but you've got this lovely sort of tree cover, and you've been able to sort of get the drop on it a little bit. And so y'all get to go first. So each of you are going to get to go. Now on your turn, you're going to get 2 actions, after which the monster is going to get a chance to respond to you. And then once both of you have taken your turns, there's a tempo change at the end where the battlefield's going to shift up a little bit, and we might see some spicy things happening. So which of you would like to go first? Oh, my goodness gracious. One more thing. I totally forgot to explain this, and that is my bad. There is one more thing I got to explain, one more rule, and this rule. It's called veracity. So veracity is it's a measure of how hungry you are for the hunt. And you're going to gain veracity anytime that you sort of express what you're doing or tell what you're doing, you narrate what you're doing in a cool or dramatic or badass way. That's how you get veracity. You can spend veracity.
Explaining me picking up shit and showing it to my friends. That's a cool, badass thing.
Badass!
I think we both know the answer to that question, and I'm not going to dignify it with a further response, but lovely idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the hustle, Kegan.
Yeah. So you can spend veracity. You can spend 1 veracity to re-roll any die that you're rolling. And you can spend 3 veracity to get an extra action on your turn.
Ooh.
Yeah. It can be pretty juicy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
That's veracity. And you both are going to start the hunt with 1 veracity.
Sick.
Yeah. Cool. Great. All right. Now go.
Okay. So I am using a melee weapon, so I want to get in close.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to, and we get 2 actions.
You get 2. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to dash, and then I'm going to dash again. I'm just going to go straight forward. So straight up to that next red face card.
Yeah, perfect. Boop, boop, boop. That's that. So that's your turn. Those are the 2 actions. However, the great grizzly bear, who is up here, does not have line of sight to you. Can't see you. There's all these trees there. And so, the monster's like, oh, I don't need to worry about you right now. Like, whatever. And you're fine.
Cool.
Okay. Next, scavenger.
Let's see. I would like to also dash. Can I move diagonally?
You cannot.
Okay.
So adjacent cards are only they got to share an edge.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm gonna dash. Can I climb this tree?
You know what? Yeah, of course.
And then use interact.
Sounds cool. Yeah. Climb. So cool. You're climbing up these trees. That sounds good.
I'm trying to climb up these trees because there's a bunch clustered here, and my hope is that I can get up top. So if he moves into that open area, I can shoot down at him.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is so we've got some rules for airborne combat when you're up in the air.
Yeah.
So to show that you're up in the air, I'm gonna move you off a little bit. I'm gonna put this card sort of
Perfect.
perpendicular to the one that you're on, and you're gonna be on this card so that we know that you're in this space, but you're up higher up in the air. You're not properly in the air because you're climbing a tree, but you're up high.
Right. Perfect.
Awesome.
And I think that'll be it.
Yeah. And again, the great grizzly bear does not have line of sight to you, even though you're up high. There's still these sanded trees in between the 2 of you. And so it's not gonna bug you at all. This is a very convenient first round for you both. Mm-hmm. All right. So it is now time for the tempo change. And this is where things can get kind of spicy.
Uh-oh.
So first we're gonna check, okay, is the great grizzly bear gonna enrage? No. Hasn't taken any harm yet. It's fine. So it's going to use its unique tempo change ability. So the great grizzly bear, sensing that there's something nasty present. Let me describe this great grizzly bear for you actually first. So the great grizzly bears. That's a big. Take a grizzly bear. Excuse me. And then you make it 10 times as big as a regular grizzly bear. And then you're going to add all of this steel and titanium plating to its claws. And then you're going to take a big tube in its mouth, and you're going to move, and you're going to take all of the food that it eats into these big sacks of glass and steel on its back, where it takes all of the fish that the great grizzly bear tries to eat and turns them into fish chum, which presumably is for extraction by its designers. What this means, of course, is the great grizzly bear is always very, very hungry. And as great grizzly bears get older and they've learned to adapt to their terrible prison of steel and flesh and fish, they learn to sort of use their muscles to like squeeze and compress those sacks of fish to like eject fish chum out of their unloading port in their hindquarters. And
Same.
danger. This great grizzle bear is going to shoot a giant jet of fish chum into the battlefields.
Disgusting.
Yeah, we love it. So I'm gonna use this. I think this black checker. I think it's a pretty good size to mark spaces that are covered in fish chum. And great grizzle bear doesn't really have line of sight to you both, and so I'm just gonna roll a random square that's gonna get targeted by this big gust of fish guts.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so we're gonna roll. All right, that is a 6 and a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whoosh! So the big spout of fish chum arcs high above the battlefield and is gonna soak that entire area in fish guts.
Disgusting.
Anybody who goes into this space is gonna get slimed, which is not a lot of fun. That is, however, not all, because smelling this fish chum, we're going to get some friends to enter the battlefield as well. So we're only going to get 2 this time, which is, convenient. And we're just going to use some chess pieces, I think. Perfect. So, entering onto the battlefield, we have got 2 anchor hinge. Now, what's an anchor hinge? So you take a salmon, and you make it very, very, very big. And then you add these 2 muscly human legs to it. And it breathes air now.
Disgusting. Got it. Very good.
Yeah. And they run around. They are big bullies. They like to like glom onto your limbs and just like gum because they don't have any teeth still. Because they're still just salmon, but they just like
Mm-hmm.
and they're like 3 feet long, so you're just it's really hard to do anything while you're glommed up by these anchor hinge. But he's got a couple anchor hinge, and these anchor hinge are going to enter the battlefield at the opposite corner from the great grizzle bear. So they're going to be over here, and they are going to make all haste towards that delicious, delicious pile of fish chum and fish guts that's over there. And I recommend that you not get in their way. So that is the tempo change ability, and we are not done with the tempo change. So monster now going to get a chance to attack. Now again, there's nothing really to attack, but monster definitely, great grizzle bear is definitely sensing that something is happening over there. It does not particularly care for it. So it's gonna, that's the wrong button. We're gonna it's gonna turn a little bit, and we're just gonna move over here. Does not like what it's seeing. And these anchor hinge are going to also make haste towards that fish chum. And that is the end of the first round. And now, scavenger turn.
Kegan, what you got?
Okay. Do we feel like these, they're anchor hinge, you said?
Anchor hinge, yep.
Okay, cool. Do we feel like they are a problem if we don't get near them?
Probably not. Like, they seem pretty fixated on the food over here, and I think as long as you don't get any fish chum on you,
okay,
like, it should be fine. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I will take a dash.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, let me ask first. Sarah, how far can you fire that bow?
I have Skull Piercer, which can do far range.
So far range is going to be 2 cards. So close is on the same card, on the same card. Mm-hmm. Near is an adjacent card, and then far is going to be 1 card beyond that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try I'll probably dash
cool.
to get it in range. So do what you gotta do, and I'll probably maneuver around you based.
Why don't you maneuver first, and then I will try to draw it to you.
Okay.
I do hate to be the bearer of bad news, but those trees, those stands of trees, they do block your line of sight as well as the great grizzle bears.
Right. So my plan is let's I'm gonna move once. Do I need to interact to climb down out of the tree? Okay.
You're a badass. You can just jump down from the trees or whatever.
Yeah. And then I'm going to pop here.
Okay.
So 2 dash to just be in staying in the tree line, but trying to establish sight.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. Again, grizzle bear can't see you. These guys also cannot see you. So yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Cool. So I think I am going to dash 1 to the left. And then I'm gonna use one of my weapon abilities.
Let's go.
I'm going to apply a technique, as one might say. I'm going to use my assailing annoyance, so I can one near targets dash to near, and I deal edge harm to each target in the path. If it hits their head, I provoke. I don't know which direction this thing's head is in.
So we're going to use sort of the card, and so the head is pointing towards you, and so this is where the head of the creature is going to be.
Hell
We've got
yeah.
like our head, we've got some paws, we've got the sacs on its back, and we've got the orifices that it spews chum out of, which are sort of by its hindquarters.
Cool. So I will dash. I will move towards it and assailing annoyance it then.
Beautiful, beautiful. Cool. All right. So that's edge harm. What is your edge before you lose the edge for using the technique?
My edge was 4. Now it's down to 3.
Perfect. You're gonna do 4. So every attack in Monster Guts has one of those 3 damage types. So what is the damage type of your attack?
Ooh. So it looks like it can be slicing or piercing, or is it both?
Cool. It can be either one, exactly. Whichever one's sort of more advantageous. And this is actually really good for you because so you're assailing annoyance and you're like charging forward with your glaive. Now the claws and the face, the head of this monster are hard parts, which means they take less damage from slicing attacks. But because they've not been broken yet, they're going to take full damage from the piercing aspect of your attack. So that's going to be 4 damage. Boom.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, 11, and we're going to drop that down to, we're going to lose some health from the creature's overall health pool. Fantastic. And you did also hit the head of the creature, so it is provoked, which means that whenever it wants to attack something, it is going to prioritize attacking you over anybody else. You're welcome.
Good luck, me.
It's great. It's great. Don't worry about it.
I think I hit this thing in the head, though, and I'm like, hell yeah, oh no.
Instant regret.
I was convinced that would do it.
So you, however, are now in its line of sight, and this great grizzly bear is kind of pissed that you've been like skulking around in the woods, like fuck you, and now you're slashing its face. Absolutely ridiculous. And so what it's going to do is it is going to amble. It's just going to like bull rush you and charge forward and try to like knock you flying. So it's going to rush forward a little bit. Yeah, card, and because this is a monstrous response, you do get some chance to defend yourself using one of our 3 attributes. So, like, how would you like to resist this attack?
I would like to use my pierce.
Okay. So, can you talk to me like how you like what that looks like?
I was busy writing when you explained the difference between the 3.
Oh, well, I'm happy to re-explain it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the question. Yeah. So, crush is about like brute force, like raw physical power. Slice is about speed and dexterity, and piercing is about like precision and planning.
Okay, cool. So I think this looked like I came, like we got this lined up. I waited through the tree line. I'm sort of prepared for this counterattack here. So I come charging in, and I think with the glaive, I have just enough reach that I'm hoping to stay like just out of range of his claws.
All right, yeah, I love this. Cool. So you're gonna roll me some pierce. So however many dice you've got equal to your pierce rating, roll that. Tell me what the highest number is.
The highest number is a 6.
A 6. Hey, that's another success. Fuck yeah.
Hell
cool.
yeah.
So yeah, you're just like, no, you actually, and like, as the monster rushes by, you're just precisely out of shape. And for that very cool cinematic and theatrical description, like, get yourself a veracity.
Hell yeah. 2 veracity.
Let's go. Fantastic. Now, Great Grizzly Bear is going to deal some damage to. That's the wrong document selected. There we go.
To
this
the
one.
tree.
That one tree in particular.
Yeah. So these trees are both going to take some harm from the Great Grizzly Bear, and if they take some more harm, they will actually be replaced with red cards because the trees have all been knocked down.
Oh, yeah. I was making a joke. That's actually sick as hell.
That's amazing.
You've got no idea how much cool shit is in this card grid. I'm so excited.
The card grid's really sick. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a thing I'm staring at like, I'm going to steal this later.
How to make for others.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. That is both of your turns, I believe.
Yep.
Yes. So it's now time for the tempo change. Great Grizzly Bear is very mad. However, it definitely is not yet staggered. And so it is going to keep on doing its thing. And so we're going to get into unique tempo change ability. So it can hit one of you. So we're going to roll. It's got a 50% chance of doing that. So
I believe I'm provoking it.
Yes, you are, but it might, with the tempo change ability, it doesn't always target the players. It sometimes targets random square, and that's what we're checking right now.
Cool.
So I'm going to roll this on an even result. It's going to go right after you, Kegan, and if it's an odd result, we're going to pick a random square. All right, boom, 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 boom. Hey, that's an even result. Hey, okay. Guess who's getting slimed?
It's gonna shit on itself.
Yeah, it absolutely.
I don't think it gives I don't think it gives a shit. Ayo.
In fact, so the Great Grizzly Bear is going to make a big. Oh goodness. Stay. I love physics. I love tabletop simulator. Thank you. So Great Grizzly Bear is going to take a big, is going to just squirt this huge jet of fish chum all over the area where where Hunter the Jaundiced is standing. You are now covered in fish chum and fish guts.
You just hear from the trees, just make sure to close your mouth.
My mouth is absolutely open. I was prepared for this claw attack.
How else are you going to fix the jaundice, right?
I think, and I think in the trees, Jared's like, I think I start to understand now why so jaundiced.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So you are now slimed, which means that one, and right now, like all the anchor hinges, and we're gonna get some more anchor hinge here in a minute. They would love to eat you up as a tasty snack.
Oh no!
And two, the next time that you want to move, you are gonna fall over instead.
Okay.
And also, because the Grizzly Bear has slimed itself, it is gonna get partially slimed. Unlike you, weak puny scavengers. When monsters get hit by a status effect, they start building up progress on their status clock, and different monsters have different sizes of status clocks for the different conditions. In this particular case, our Great Gristle Bear has a 4 clock per slime, which is a little bit weaker than the average 5. So if it gets slimed 3 more times, it will become slimed itself.
Got it.
Make sense? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
It has tolerance to its own bullshit.
Exactly. It has some tolerance to its own bullshit. So it's slimed an area, and now we're going to get some more anchor hinge on. So let's roll and see. Ooh,
Holy shit.
It's all right. It's only 2. It's only 2 still.
That's still very funny, though.
Yeah. All right. And then you're going to appear again on the corner that is furthest from the Great Grizzly Bear, which I am going to sort of make an executive decision. We're going to put it over here now. So we got 2 more anchorage onto the scene, and they are very excited about this particular pile of fish chum. And of course, our lovely friend here who is, covered in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
That is that, and now we're going to get to the monster actually attacking and doing stuff. And we are going to do yeah. I got so many options. Like, it's very exciting. Yeah, so because Hunter, you provoked the Great Gristle Bear. The Great Gristle Bear is going to wrong window open. This window open. It's gonna pivot on the spot.
Nice.
And then it's going to smash you with one of its claws.
Cool.
So you are going to take 4 harm and get knocked prone. And because this is on the monster's turn, you don't get to do any rolling to stop that from happening.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. There's that. And now all the other monsters get to move. So these guys are going to come, and they're going to start gobbling up all the delicious, delicious fish. And these guys are going to come, and they're going to, again, head towards the delicious fish that they would like to eat. And that is the end of the tempo change. It's now round number 3. It is Scavenger's turn.
I would like to move 1. So they are now near.
They are now near to you. At least the front half of the monster is.
So time out. Here they're far.
Yes.
But I can't see them through the tree, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna move up 1, and I can see them from here.
Absolutely, you can.
Perfect.
You can see them. They can't see you, but you can see them.
Perfect. That's what I was hoping you would say. And I want to apply my technique of Skull Piercer, which is piercing damage. I fully draw my bow and deal 10 harm, and I'm trying to aim right at his silly face.
Yeah. So, Skull Piercer is a charging attack, which means that you're going to start it now, and it's going to take action at the beginning of your next turn.
Okay. Deal.
Cool. Awesome. Cool. Monster's going to respond. Monster cannot see you.
Mm-hmm.
You're fine.
Hell
none of the monsters can see you. Yeah, you're just skulking in the trees, being real sneaky while Hunter takes all the hits. This is great for you.
This is
Yeah.
why I don't want
Beautiful.
trophy husband out here. It will mess up face.
It's true. It's true. All right. So Hunter, speaking of the devil.
Yeah. I'm slimed and prone.
Yeah.
Does getting up from prone, is that like
One
take an
action.
Okay, cool.
Exactly.
I will get up from prone. And then I think I catch you like charging this bow attack up. And I am going to use another technique this time. I'm going to use anchor.
Hell yeah.
Defend yourself for the next turn. Each hit deals no more than 1 harm, and I can't be staggered or sent flying.
Perfect.
So I'm hoping this lets me survive until you can shoot an arrow through this thing's head.
Perfect. All right. That's it. Monster is not going to get a chance to respond, and unfortunately, you're no longer prone, so they don't get to do their very cool like bite combo where they do tons of damage.
Yeah, that's really sad.
I'm disappointed. I wanted to like give you like permanent health damage. Alas.
Lucky me, I can't take more than 1 harm right now.
I know.
That's
it's
true.
great. Yeah. So the monster, I think, is the crystal bear again. Is just like, I put you down. Go back down, please. And it's going to again try to bop you with its giant paw. And this normally again would deal another 4 harm potentially and knock you prone. But because you're in anchor stance, like not only would you only ever take 1 harm from this, and you could not be knocked prone, but also because this is a monstrous response, you can also roll to like not just even ignore that.
Yeah, and I think this is more like I'm studying sort of how this monster, like I got hit with the claw once, and that was good on it, but now I know that trick.
Okay, all right, yeah. Roll me some Pierce.
Oh my god, my dice went flying. Okay, I'm just gonna re-roll that one. Cool, that's a 5.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
success. Yeah, you're just like fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
Shame
All
on
right.
you.
Yeah, that's definitely how that saying goes. Beautiful.
100%.
All right, that's the scavenger's gone, so that makes it now tempo change. Time for the monster to like do some more gooping.
Goop.
Yeah.
Goop.
All right, so on an even, I'm gonna goop you again. Oh my goodness gracious!
So many.
All right. Yeah. So again, Great Crystal is gonna like sort of tense up its hindquarters and then shoot this huge jet of chum. Now the area that you're in is already like coated in fish chum. You are, however, are slimed again.
Double
Which
slimed.
does
slimed.
absolutely nothing different. You're just, the next time you move, you're gonna fall over.
And I'm still studying it. So this time when it chums at me, my mouth is closed.
This is so clever.
You just hear
Yeah.
like us like, what is this, the Nickelodeon Choice Awards? What's happening? I have not seen this
I'll
much
make
slime
Katy
in many
Perry
movies.
All right, let's get some more anchor hints on the scene.
This
Beautiful.
time it's 6. Fuck you too.
Nope. It's still okay. We're only getting one now. Again, opposite corner. We're gonna pop you in here, and they're gonna again make a beeline over this way. And now all the monsters get to go. How fun! They're gonna like boop. That's the card. I just want you. Thank you. No. Okay, just you. Beautiful. And there.
There we go.
Okay. They're gonna move in towards here. These guys very happily gobbling down all of this chum. Grizzle bear time. Grizzle bear's like, that didn't work. I do not care for this at all. And so it's going to go and sort of reach. It's going to. No, I'll save that for later. It is going to try.
No.
Okay,
That is ominous as fuck.
the paw thing is not working, and so it's going to be like, okay, fuck this. I'm just going to bite you instead. It's going to reach out with this big, try to take a big old like chunk of flesh out of your body. You would normally take 4 harm and get knocked prone,
And
with additional effects if you were prone or slimed. However, oh, that's true. You do get extra effects if you're slimed. Oh, this is perfect, actually. So, yeah, I got to rewrite that. This is why playtesting is good. Cool. Great.
Nice.
So you're only going to take 1 instead, and you're not even going to get knocked prone. This is really
hell
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Slimed crew.
I was born in the slime.
My goodness. We love to see it. We love to see it.
Do we?
I love to see it. I'm having a great time.
I
don't know
think
about
it's
you.
great.
Yeah,
I
this is delightful.
I do
I have
think
3
that
health and I'm covered in slime.
I do think that there's something poetic about you picking up bear shit with your bare hand. Now you're just covered in slime.
Just getting shit on repeatedly.
I was thinking about that when you first said it, and I was like, oh no, they don't even know yet. This is so good.
Yeah, it's foreshadowing. You see, it was planned.
Yeah. See, we scripted the whole thing, audience. We scripted the
It's
whole
working
thing.
out great.
Yeah, no, it's great. We're so
Scripted
script
AP
writers.
content.
Yeah, just like those really big famous ones.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay.
so that is the end of the tempo change. It is now Scavenger's turn.
I want to fire
my
real
goodness
fast, real fast.
Huh.
Oh my goodness gracious! I have been forgetting one thing this
Oh, go
entire
for it.
time, and
Go
that's
for it.
because I am still, I was going to say at the beginning, like this is very much like playing an early access game because it's still in active development.
Yes.
And so I have about 10 different versions of this game running around in my brain at the one time, which
That's
means
okay.
I am forgetting about something very important, which is called a complication, which is the last thing that happens during the tempo change.
Okay.
And so I am going to roll one of these dice. And actually, you know what? Because I have to keep from forgetting them, I'm just going to do one anyways. I'm just going to pick because I can. And this is one of these special complications that appear in the Once Emerald Forests. And that is that the trees are going to start to move.
Those bastards.
And so I'm going to roll a die. And sorry, I'm not going to roll a die. So each of you and I are going to get to pick one black card, and we're going to move it and exchange it with an adjacent red card. And everything on that card gets to move too.
Okay. And we get say in this choice, yes?
So each of you gets to pick one card. So like that's 2 cards total, and then I get to pick one as well.
Okay, I want to move these little homies over here.
Perfect. Yep, cool. You just drop it, exactly.
I'm gonna see what card got moved because I'm on a delay.
I swapped the 2 little fishmen
Oh,
that were
sick.
moving towards you. I moved them back a space.
Can you now take them and move them down 1 space as well?
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
We're just
All
gonna
right.
move those guys right back to the starting line.
And I'm going to be now kind of mean and whoop.
Ripperooski. It's okay. Maybe. Dang it.
No, it's not an attack. So you're built like Skullpiercer has not been interrupted,
'Kay.
but you are now like the trees that you were like hiding between have just like picked up and like the whole like earth is like rippled a little bit and like carried you along with it. It goes
Yeah.
and you are now much closer than you really wanted to be to this very, very large bear that is very, very hungry and is covering your friend effusively in Vishchum.
You'll just hear from the tree. No ants, no marching of the ants, no. As the tree moves forward.
Exactly. All right, cool. That is the end. That is the actual end of the tempo change. It is now Scavenger's turn.
Yeah. Can I
okay.
can I shoot this burr right in his noggin? Do I need to move back in order for that to work, or is it just happens?
I think it just happens. What's the range on it?
It's near far, so
That's so the head and the claws are close,
Okay.
but the like sacks of fish on its back absolutely within a near distance, so within a far distance.
Okay.
And the orifices on its hindquarters also absolutely within a near distance. So you could target those.
Yeah, I wanted to stop sliming my friend, so I think I am gonna go for the tanks on the back.
Perfect. Yeah. Cool. And so you just deal 10. And what's the damage type?
Piercing.
Perfect. So piercing attacks deal full damage to unbroken parts. And so that's just a full immediate like 10 harm. Boom.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a big hit. That is half of the health of that part just like done.
Heck yeah.
And your turn hasn't even started yet. You still got 2 actions left.
Heck
Oh.
yeah.
Sarah, can I ask you to do me a favor here?
What
Can you use perhaps a help action and unslime me?
Yeah, I'm gonna do just that. I'm going to help, and yes, I want to try and remove the slime. I want to pull out what we know to be a microfiber towel out of my bag, but
It's just catching on my very, very calloused hand.
correct. That's how you don't actually catch it. It just catches like on like,
Gross.
like, as I toss it to you.
You've created a
that's
horror.
delightful.
Okay.
to help you clean up as one of my actions. And then the next one, I would like to use another technique, the step side draw.
Yeah.
So that is a close target, which I obviously am choosing the bear. So I will evade incoming attacks, and I'll deal 4 harm at the start of my next turn.
Yes. Perfect. So yeah, you just can't be hit by anything right now until your turn starts again. And at the beginning of that turn, you get to pick something that is close to you and shoot with the arrow. Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. The monster is going to respond. So because the monster is like adjacent to you, like it's on your card. Now, unfortunately, it can hit you. And your provoke, Kegan, does not apply to this because this is a response.
Yeah.
Cool. So this great grizzly bear is not happy at being ganged up on, and this is going to use its lazy day ability to roll away from both of you and potentially knocking both of you over in the process. So it's going to sort of pick up, going to like, boop, it's going to roll on over. And it's going to inflict some harm, to inflict 2 harm to everybody in its path and sending them flying. So these trees are going to, whoopsie, copy this. Boop, boop, and boop, and boop. Also, these take some harm as well. So this is our monster's response. So that you both have an opportunity to roll, sort of resist the effects of this. How would you like to not get hit by this attack?
Do you have an idea, Kegan, for you?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I haven't done anything yet, so I think I have been like, this is me being a little more cautious because I'm hurt pretty good right now.
I'm going to just try to dodge out of the way, like try to use like as the, like I came in shot and just kind of try and backpedal quickly out of the way.
Actually, you know what? You're actually immune to all attacks because of your decisive draw.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you're just like fine. You're just like fine. So Kegan is the only one who actually has to defend against this attack. So roll me some Pierce, please.
I rolled a double 6 there.
Holy shit,
nice.
Kegan.
So yeah, you're just like totally fine. You're just like that good apparently when you're not getting your face filled with fish guts.
Yeah, when I can roll to defend, I'm fine.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right. That's your turn. So Hunter, that's you now.
Yeah. So I'm looking at sharpen real fast. You restore the edge of your weapon, but you become vulnerable. What does that do?
Great question. So when you become vulnerable, that means that when you are to defend against a monstrous response, you're going to roll 1 fewer die.
Okay. Cool. In that case, and that sharpens 1 action, so I could. Ooh, I'm 1 space away though.
You could scrounge to try and find something that'll heal you up.
No, I think
you also start with a healing herbs that will restore you to full.
Yeah,
both of you have one of those.
Nice.
I can take a little more damage before I'm worried. If I play smart, so I will. I am going to anchor again this turn because I already figured, Sarah, it can't hurt you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to anchor, and then my second action, I'm going to sharpen.
Beautiful.
I'll become vulnerable, but also I can only take 1 harm.
Yeah, perfect. That works out really well. Awesome. Monsters responds. Great goes like, I hit you. Why? Stop that! And it's gonna rush towards you this way, with its amble, targeting up to a far distance and inflicting. Well, it would inflict 2 harm and it would send you flying, but it can only inflict 1. Just gonna do that for now. Can only inflict 1, and you still get to roll to not get hit by it.
Cool. I rolled Pierce again, and I rolled a 5 because
cool. Great.
These dice,
you're fine.
Fucking cooking today.
Hell yeah, they are.
This is impressive. This is
I'm
impressive.
so scared. I'm just when a critical juncture, it'll be like I roll my dice. Boom.
Oh yeah, I've rolled almost exclusively 5s and 6s so far, which means when it actually matters, it'll be all 1s and 3s.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, fantastic. That's both of you have gone, which means it's time for the tempo change again. Great Grizzly Bear has again not taken quite enough harm to enrage yet, and so it's time for some goose. It's time for some fluids. On an even die, it's going to target Kegan. Oh my god.
Kegan.
All right, fair enough. Here we go.
I will
dice
always
lords.
roll well. And everything bad will happen to me anyway.
And I will also
Yeah.
get shit on.
Yeah, so cool. You just like were mopping yourself up with a rag that was thrown at you, and you are now covered in fish tum yet again.
The microfiber cloth off
no.
my hand.
Yeah.
No.
That's just rough. And then we're gonna get some more anchor hinge onto the scene, and we're getting another 2 anchor hinge, and they're gonna appear. Where are we? You're here, I think. Boop boop. Beautiful. And now the monster is gonna get a chance to go. It's gonna go after you, and since you're freshly slimed, it is gonna again try to like do a big old chomp. Again, it's only gonna deal 1 harm because you're anchored, and you get to ignore all of the other effects because again you're anchored. So like very good for you. This grizzly bear is trying very hard to bite at you and failing mightily to actually get any food, which is, you know, it's not having a good time with that. These anchor hinge are gonna rush up. They're like did not care to being shuffled around, and these folks are gonna again start moving closer and closer. Now we're gonna roll for a complication. So on a 5 or a 6, we're gonna get an add to complication, and that is a 4, no complication.
Cool.
So scavenger turn.
So my sidestep draw would activate now, so I could deal 4 harm. And again, I think I'm just gonna keep on the tanks up top. And positioning wise, that looks like it's good.
Yeah, makes sense to me. That's 4, you said?
Yes, 4 harm.
Beautiful. Alrighty. Beautiful. And with that, the great grizzly bear is going to enrage. It's going to cry out in a ton of pain as your arrow like lands on its back in the very vulnerable areas of its back sacs. And then its fur is going to like glisten chrome, and those claws are going to get even longer and even sharper. So for the rest of this bout, every attack by the great grizzly bear is going to deal an additional harm.
Okay.
It's got access to some new moves that it couldn't use before. And if you had broken any parts, it would be able to use attacks that were linked to those broken parts, although they wouldn't be as good as they were originally. And also, whenever it is responding, when it is enraged, it can use any of its abilities, not just its regular responses.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. That said, that's just the beginning of your turn. You still got 2 actions left. What are you doing with those actions?
I think I am going to Kegan, you're still slimed, right? Or re-slimed?
I'm re-slimed,
Yeah.
but I'm also not gonna move, so it should be maybe fine. We'll find out.
Okay. I am going to, because I still have 3 ammo left. I'm going to do another side step draw. So for next time. And I want to, I guess, bash what's close to me right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So the closest part to you is going to be those orifices that sort of, which is from where it is like spewing all of that fish chum.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're gonna like whack it with your bow a couple of times. It's gonna do a little bit, not a lot, but like a little bit.
Enough. It does enough.
Yeah, it does do enough.
But yeah, the way I see that is kind of like the side step and just bring the bow down as hard as I can while calling out to Hunter, "You really got to get out of the shit, man."
If it would shit on you even once, we'd be in a very different fight.
You're in the splash zone, bro. You gotta move.
I was facing its mouth.
Did you not pack a poncho?
My poncho would just have shit all over it.
Is it a dry cleaner?
Both of you just get a veracity. Yeah, both of you just get a veracity. That's fun. That's fantastic. Beautiful.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
This will be good when I finally stop rolling well.
Right.
All right, fantastic. So, Monster now gets a chance to respond. It also cannot affect you with anything, but the crystal bear does not know that it can't affect you with anything, and so it's gonna try to again strictly roll both of you into the ground. It's gonna pick up. Oh, I don't want those. Those should stay there, please. Thank you. No, no, stay there. No. Love physics. Physics are great.
Yeah.
Picks up. It's gonna roll over and it's gonna land on the opposite side, and it's gonna deal some harm to everything over there in the area.
Oh, nice. Get those little fishmen.
And yeah, in fact, it is going to get those little fish folks. It's also going to deal some more harm to this card. Beautiful. And also potentially some more harm to our good friend Hunter, who has been anchored. And in fact, it's going to deal enough harm, it's going to kill these anchorheads outright.
Hell yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
new
they're
strategy.
just dead. Yeah. Actually, oh wait, these do more damage, which means that this card actually is going to be replaced by a red card because it's going to take it's taking 5 harm. And so I just need here's a red card. Perfect. And so we're just going to replace that with a red card. And we're going to move you over there because all of the trees have been knocked down and crushed down and smashed by the Great Bear's repeated attacks in the area.
Awesome.
Right.
I
Kegan.
love the image of you just kind of swamped down, unable to move as he barrel rolls over you, and I'm just sort of dancing to the side, yelling unhelpful things at you.
Yeah. I'm whatever, I can take it.
Yeah.
This is why they send me instead of Trophy Husband.
Thank goodness I could not stand to look at him if he got so as green as you. It would break my heart.
I am going to take one of those little health packets we have finally.
Yeah.
Which should bring me back to a number I know because it's written under glaive, which I still have pulled up. So I know that number is 8.
My paline has arrived.
Delightful.
Cool. And then what I'm going to do now that I'm at full health is I'm going to biting blow.
Yeah.
So I counter an incoming attack with one of my own, suffering the attack's consequences, but dealing 2 edge harm in return.
Yeah, so normally you would use that when it's not your turn as a little response to being attacked.
Okay, cool.
So normally,
No, that's great. In that case, I'll just bash.
Beautiful. Great. Yeah, you bash. You got a couple of different targets that you can hit because the head and the claws right next to you. Do you have a preference which one you're bashing?
I'll go for I'll go for the head. I've hit the head a few times already.
Beautiful. All right. Beautiful. All right, and that is both of you have gone. And so it is now time for the tempo change. So, Graceful Bear, it's doing some chum. That's what it does. We're going to roll on an even. It's going to hit, it's going to go.
Yeah. When you roll an even, it'll hit me. Statistically, it's unlikely to be an even again. Did we consider that?
I mean, we've considered that. It's very unlikely to be even every single time I rolled, but that's how it goes sometimes. That's how
it is. You are 50-50 chance each time.
Yeah. And yeah.
You touched the cursed poop.
Yeah, you did. You really did. You should not have touched the poop. I guess is the moral of the story. Yeah. So
let that be a lesson to you.
I hadn't seen the roll. That's great.
We're gonna get some more anchor henching. They're going to come in and they're going to keep on heading towards you. Hopefully these ones survive and they can all make the long journey towards you. We'll see if they make it or not. Now everyone's going to get a chance to attack. So the Great Crystal Bear is going to use one of the special enrage abilities, and it's going to go into a feeding frenzy. So all of the sacks filled with chum and fish on its back are going to start pumping and vibrating, and the Great Crystal Bear is going to sort of bulk up right up a little bit. Every single time that the Great Crystal Bear attacks, it's going to heal up a little bit of health.
That bastard.
And that's going to last until the end of the bout. So that, and now all of our lovely friends are going to come, and they're going to try to rush in, and these guys are going to come rush in. Oh, they're getting so close. It's so fun. And we roll for a complication. Again, we get a complication on a 5 or a 6, and that's a 4 again.
That was
so
close.
No complication. That was very close to some fun, spicy stuff. That's all good. So it is now beginning of round 5, I believe, and it is scavenger turn.
Yep. So I deal my 4 harm from my sidestep draw.
You sure do.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And that is, again, just toward the orifice, towards the sacks.
Are the sacks? They've not broken, right?
They have not broken. They are getting close, but they have not yet
Yeah,
broken.
I'm keeping on then.
Beautiful. All right, they take another big hit. Now you've got 2 actions.
Oh man. I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna look at Hunter and go, maybe you cannot see so good to do this, and I'm going to use my last ammo to do another sidestep draw.
This is just a spiteful sidestep draw.
Correct.
Love it. I love it.
I'm gonna do that, and then another bash. Well, do you want to be able to move, Kegan? I would love to help you.
No, I'm having fun standing still.
Like,
like
legitimately.
I'm gonna share some information, which is that if you bash and you're able to bash the sacks, you will break the sacks.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm doing that. That's hardcore.
Yeah. I was gonna say don't clean me because it's just gonna hit me again next round.
I was gonna say, so it's like try this or maybe something like this. And I'm gonna do like a cool like juke up and then bring it down to like shatter glass and gross chum everywhere and yet remain immaculately clean.
Get a fucking veracity. Fantastic. And yeah, that 2 harm is just enough to shatter and break those sacks. They are now busted, which means that when the crystal bear is not enraged, it cannot use the attacks that rely upon those sacks.
Nice.
And when it is enraged and it can use those attacks are going to be weaker, less effective.
Nice.
I love to hear something's weaker.
Yeah. Also, it means you're going to get some more treasure at the end of the hunt as well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That was you, Kegan.
Yeah, I'm going to... Am I still facing its head?
Its head's still nearby you, yeah.
Okay, cool. I will, in that case, bash it in the head.
Cool.
There'll be 2 more harm from me.
Mm-hmm.
And then... God, do I just want to bash it again? It'd be really funny to just bash it again.
So if you wanted to do, like, you could use your annoying ability again if you wanted to hit multiple parts at once.
Yes, but I'm trying to save edge right now so I can biting blow it next time it hits me.
I just understood.
Max damage on that one.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Hey GM, here's my plan. I'm just gonna bash it again.
Yeah, beautiful, great. That's another 2 again towards the head again.
I'm like this.
Good form.
I consider throwing my glaive for a second. I'm like, maybe I need to be using ranged attack. Like, wait, no.
Fantastic.
Bad news strategy.
All right, so monster's response now. Monster is going to, it's going to do its respond thing, and it does not care for the fact that you keep like smacking at its face, and so it's trying to use its face to bite you.
Yeah. Now I'll bite.
Now you're biting blow. Fantastic. So, like, how much harm are we talking?
Okay, so here's the question. I'm countering an incoming attack with one of my own, suffering the consequences. Yes. Do I suffer the consequences first or second?
We'll say second. I think it's more fun if it's second.
Okay, cool. So I'll take the harm, which means my resentful from the glaive now deals +2 harm. So I will deal 8 + 2 for 10 harm on this.
Hell
Beautiful. Yeah. All right.
And then I'm going to take a shit ton of damage.
You are, in fact, going to take a shit ton of damage. So, actually, funnily enough, you're not going to take that much damage. But what you're going to take is probably worse.
I'm going to get slimed again.
No. So, because you are already slimed...
It's vomit slime now.
So, because you are already slimed... So, great grizzly bears, they're very good. Like, they're very adaptive hunters. And so, particularly with a maw, like, they're all about, like, extracting, like, food from... Or, like, great grizzly was trying to eat. And they do a lot of damage when they're attacking like a vulnerable or like particularly slimed foe. And so you're not going to take any harm. But what you're going to take is instead you're going to take a blister. Now, a blister reduces your maximum health by 1.
Shit.
And the only way to cure a blister is when you head back to the village to go to the flesh knitter's hut and spend some downtime getting healed up.
Can the flesh knitter be Kyle?
Sure, flesh
it's
can
absolutely
Kyle.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely Kyle.
Amazing.
Yeah,
it can be trophy husband. He doesn't have a job.
Trophy husband is gainfully employed
He is the mayor's husband. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, I do want to say that like you do have those companions, and one of the things those companions can be doing is like saving you from particularly nasty attacks. And so if you wanted to like have Horse like help you out here, like Horse would happily do you that solid.
I was considering it, but I'm fine
Sacrifice
just being
your
at 7
horse.
health.
Sacrifice your horse for greater good.
Fair enough. All right, cool. So you've taken a blister. Your
Yep.
max health is now 7, and
I now have, but I didn't take damage, so I'm at 8 out of 7 health. Is how that works, right?
I mean, no. Excuse me? You've played a video game before. That's not how that works.
You can be
What is
overhealed
this?
in games.
D&D? Stop. Stop.
Yeah, I'm here. There's no dragons, only grizzle bears.
Look, I played Diablo.
All right, beautiful.
No, I'm at 7. That's fine.
Cool. That is. This is here on the tempo change. That's the rush response. And now we're going into the tempo change. And so we are going to go and just see if we're going to get some slime. Hey!
Shit.
All right, we're going to roll over and hit a random square. And all right, that's 3 and 6 for some more slime. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
There's no
4,
way that's
5.
me.
It is in fact not you.
That scared the
Congratulations.
hell out of me, though.
We're going to
It
get
would
some
have
more
been really
angry
funny if it
hands.
was me, to be fair.
It would be
I was-
hilarious.
Really thinking about that. I mean, damn, that'd be really funny.
It would.
You know, okay, we're gonna get some more anchor hinge in. They're gonna tell us here. And now it has been over 1 round since the Great Grizzly Bear enraged, and so the Great Grizzly Bear is gonna say, "I think all of this sucks," and they are going to fuck off. So they are running away from the combat. They are fleed, and so the bout is now over. Because like these anger hinge here, they're kind of a problem, but you're badasses. Like
Yeah.
whatever, you could eat losers like these for days.
Right.
And so bout is now over, and we're going to move into a lull. So
Awesome.
each of you is going to get 2 lull actions to take. So as you sort of like
Yeah.
keep traveling and trying to follow along the monster, but also like use this as an opportunity to sort of like heal up a little bit, get some more supplies, and prepare yourselves for the next fight. And while you are talking over like what you want to be doing, I'm going to start setting up the board for the next round.
Listen, there's a lot of slime. Do you have a jar or something you can put it in, keep some for later, maybe?
Yeah, I probably have a
Memento?
jar.
Perhaps? Like, this is notable. Like, that's a lot of slime.
If you
Statistically
really
improbable.
want fish shit, it is yours.
I will be so for real with you, Hunter. I rarely want any shit of any kind.
You know, I did hear that about you. That's why I tried
I-
to give you the shit previously.
I take no shit. Thank you.
You really should have more fiber if you're not taking shits.
That is not what the doctor said. Anyways, that's personal and private, Hunter. I don't appreciate you prying into my personal business.
My bad.
It's fine. I forgave you. So, you see any arrows around here or what?
all of the looking at my shit just to get arrows, really?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I want to scrounge and refill my arrows because that was
Beautiful.
came in clutch.
So you take this round action. So with this round action, you're able to resupply your ammo back to full, of course. And there is also a question accompanying with it, sort of to think about as you are like scavenging and looking for supplies. And that question is, who at the village needs these materials more than you do?
Probably Kyle because he's such a wimp. But no, it's for me.
Beautiful. Poor Kyle, getting absolutely like
Fucking
red for soul
Kyle.
here.
Am I still slimed during this lull? I assume I have to
Unless
de-slime.
somebody takes the action to
I
like the
will
help action
take
to like
because I get 2, right? I will
Yeah, you
also
get
take
2,
the
mhm.
help action.
Thank you.
And this time listen. We gotta get this under control though, because now we are down to my fancy guest towels. I'm gonna pull one out, and it has just like
It's a tea
ridiculous.
towel.
It just has ridiculous embroidery on the end. Mostly, this is just for looking and nice for the ladies, but situations are dire.
You need to ask me now the question. How does it feel to receive my aid?
How does it feel to have such a helpful companion? It must be
Hey,
really
thanks for
nice.
You know, I don't like needing somebody's help,
Hey, why you
sort
think
of
that
at
is?
all.
Where'd this
It's
come from?
it's the jaundice.
Oh, is this a symptom? Oh wait, no, that's personal. I just got snippy with you about. I listen. If you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to. But know
No,
that
I
I
think there's
can.
probably some angle to where this is like, you know, trophy husband is the one in the family who needs the help, not me.
Oh, I see. He is very soft and very pretty to look at. But
Don't
I,
look at trophy husband.
I will tell you this, Hunter. Listen, I help you get the slime off of the outside of you, but also I can maybe help get the slime off of your heart if you need. And be friends.
You
to
chose
you.
that phrasing so carefully to say, not say, I'll get the slime off inside of you. I really thought you were about to say
Good. uh,
Ooh.
but only if you know you want, cause like I get it.
Yeah.
You know, a strong, independent hunter. They need.
Sensual internal slime removal. It's very kind of
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Like,
thank
yeah,
you. Thank
gotta
you.
make sure we,
Yes.
keeping, adhering to our lines and veils.
Correct. Perhaps
Yeah.
can horse eat this slime? Maybe. Is good
I
for
don't
horse.
think I want to try feeding this to him.
Okay, that's fine. Maybe give superpowers, but ungrateful.
You know, I saw the thing that made the slime. I don't want him to be anything like that.
You know, I have to tell you here, Hunter. Since you've been so vulnerable about your heart slime with me, I, I have to tell you, I was a little nervous. I was a little nervous coming into this mission. You know, because I have a phobia. Of very particular, like, honestly, we got like one of the two factors. I don't know if I could have hung, you know what I mean? Like, it was a bear, which, like, I can handle. Bioluminescent bear? Fuck. I gotta go. So we are really lucky, you know?
And take some notes
It
about
does
that
not
for later.
feel lucky, but I'll take your word for it.
Listen, you see how good I do? See how no slime? Bioluminescent bear? I lose my cool. You will have to you will have to drag me to fight. Won't do. Lay down, die.
So my two actions.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna sharpen my weapon just so I don't have to do it in fight.
Yep.
And I'll
Makes
answer the
sense.
question. How has my weapon been shaped by the damage? I think I have hit that bear in the face with my glaive a lot, actually. And I think to that end, it has like some tooth marks through it now. Like I think there's some cool new aerodynamic holes in the glaive.
Cool. I love it.
And then I'm gonna scrounge. I'm gonna look for something useful.
Well, so because you're not in a bout, when you're scrounging and looking for materials, you don't get to choose what you get. You have to roll and see what you find, what you're able to find on the pursuits. And so if you would roll for me a d6. Let me get up the thing. Yeah.
Where'd it go? I got a 2.
So a 2, bitter herbs, which restore your health to full.
Nice.
That's what I wanted. Hell yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Just for folks who are at home and like don't have access to this very cool table that I gave them, there are a bunch of different types of consumables that you could potentially find. Some of them are restorative, others then help you apply different status conditions or effects to monsters or give you other types of boosts for your performance as well. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Before we go any further, I'm going to suggest we take like a quick 5-minute break just to kind of
here's great
refill
time for
water, grab a
time.
snack, chat. I
Yeah.
recommend you do the same. So we're going to take a break like 5 minutes, and then we will come right back and see what happens with this, all this bear shit.
The heart
good.
slime.
All right, awesome. We'll be back in a bit, guys. Thanks. And we're back. We did it. We took such an excellent break. We're refreshed and reinvigorated and ready to fucking kill a bear.
Let's go.
So thanks for sticking around. For anybody who joined, we are playing Monster Guts 2E, designed by the incredible Danielle, who is running a game for us right now. And I'm going to swap us back to the... Actually, no, I'll set us back to the spotlight. And Danielle, continue our hunt and our... at this point, like, personal vendetta against this shitty bear.
Indeed.
Yeah, I am specifically very angry at this bear for repeatedly shitting on me.
Look, it's not technically shit, okay? It's just
it's extracted fish.
Correct.
Yeah,
after it
fish
ate them.
guts that are like, slimed up into like a lovely goop that shot out of the creature's hips. Totally different from, like, I haven't designed a shit monster yet. Like, you're giving me ideas. But,
We'll get there. It
is a
happen.
shit monster. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So
Keegan's
when
like,
last
no.
we met, just before the break, y'all had like scraps with this great grizzly bear, and you fought it, and you've broken 2 of its parts. You smashed its head, and you smashed the little, like, the sacks on its back that were pumping full of fish chum. And the creature did not particularly care for this and fucked off. And you've given pursuits. You've sort of recuperated a little bit. You've helped each other out. You've been resentful of being helped by your party member. You got some aerodynamic holes in your weapons now, some of you.
That is sick as
And
hell.
that is pretty fucking cool. And you've now caught back up to the great grizzly bear, who has, been trying to flee away from you. And we are back there. We've got a whole new battle. We've got a whole new battlefield now. A whole new set of cards. We got a great grizzly bear starting here in that randomly rolled location. And so the 2 of you can start on any of these cards on this furthest edge away from the grizzly bear.
Okay. Let me think about this.
Put me on, I believe that's a King of Hearts, like on the
Here
bottom
in
row.
the middle-ish.
Yeah, I want a straight shot of clear land to him.
Gotcha.
I ain't
Perfect.
fucking
All right.
around this time, bear.
All right, heard.
So let me ask this question. So my
Mhm.
Skull Piercer, it takes 2, like, I have to, like, obviously it will take one of my actions now.
Yes.
Can I, like, I'll start here, and then one of my actions will be, like, get closer, and my next turn, can I get closer and then release, or does it have to release at the beginning of my turn?
It does have to release at the beginning of your turn.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, and that would be, so I am, let's see, because that would be near, so this would be near and this would be far, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to start here, and a plan has emerged in my mind.
All right. I'm excited to see it. I'm mostly excited to see it. All right. Beautiful. So it's Scavenger's turn. Let's go.
All right, Kegan, do you want to go first?
Yeah, great. I'm gonna mount my companion.
You can actually just start mounted if you want.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then
You're on
this
a
is a
horse.
thing I should have realized I could do earlier, because it does say it right here in actions. But I will command my companion to giving them 2 actions,
Yeah.
and I will have them dash forward twice.
All right. So you know what? It probably should just work that way. That is the way that everyone who has played it has wanted to use it. So, like, you know what? Fuck it. Fine. Yeah. Cool. Great.
If that's not how it works, I'm happy to do something.
You know what? Honestly, I think this is more fun. So, like, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. I was like, yeah, it's like a straight shot of land. I'm good.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, cool. So you've got 1 action spent. You got 1 action left. You are currently riding on top of horse.
I do want to ask
caterpillar.
really quickly, when horse moves, is it like an inchworm? Is it like a slow wave? Is it just like a bunch of little feet? Like,
I
what
need
is
you
the
to know
motion
in
of
my
this
head.
ocean?
In my head, this is a creature that does not make sense in the world. And
Yes.
it is that little hungry caterpillar.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm just imagining each segment sort of moving
Okay. And
Well,
like it's
like yellow Mario worms with all the
Yes.
like big red boots.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, I just needed the visual of you like very
Canonically,
angrily like charging in
Does
on
not
this
move
worm.
like that.
You know what? Yours does. It's your companion. It's not my companion. Yeah, yours does. Does it have a little like boots as well, like just like the Mario Wigglers, or like no? This is a little cooler than that. It's it's bare-feeted or something. It's got
No, I
maybe
actually
some
think it's kind of
colorets.
funny if he is just a Mario Wiggler at this point. Let's
Beautiful. All right, you know what?
completely
Let him
throw
go.
away what we know about him.
Okay, got
You
it,
know,
got it, got
I'm
it.
I mean-
erasing his look from fuzzy chitness scarred to Mario,
Mario
Wiggler.
Wiggler.
Mario Wiggler down to the boots. Beautiful. All right, Horse the Wiggler.
Amazing.
Just goes like making his way forward. With you on its back, you've got one action left. What are you doing?
I am gonna bash. What can I reach?
Nothing.
Yeah, you gotta be one more space up.
Oh, I gotta be one more space up.
Yeah,
Okay.
get close to it. I think, does not your assailing annoyance ability have the dismounter keyword?
It does have the dismounter keyword.
Which means that you could just use it while mounted, which is, not something most techniques not a way most techniques can be used.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's fucking do
Cool.
it. Sailing annoyance.
Beautiful.
Dash to near, deal edge harm, which is 4 to each target in the path. If it hits head, provoke again.
So you're gonna straightforward. Boosh. Unfortunately, the head of this great crystal bear is not in that area, but its orifices and the sacs definitely are. What type of damage does your annoyance ability do?
Slicing or piercing.
Slicing or piercing, perfect. So we're gonna want slicing actually, because they're gonna do full damage against those soft targets of the orifice and the sacs. So that's gonna be 4. It's down to there, and then we're gonna go there. It's gonna be 2. Perfect. And so with that, actually, that is just enough harm to send the crystal bear back into yet another rage immediately.
Hell yeah.
And this is its final rage threshold, so it is extra special pissed.
I've been there. Question.
Yeah.
So if I'm blistered, my max
Yeah.
health changes?
Yes.
Isn't
Okay.
it? It's one less, right?
It's one
Yeah,
less.
one less.
I mostly wanted to ask because my weapon does the thing where if I'm below max health, and I was like, does that work the way I want it to?
Nope.
Nope.
It does
Okay.
not.
Cool.
It does
It was
not.
worth
You have
asking.
It's very much worth asking. No, you actually have to get
Get
you know.
actually injured. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
All right.
So you are likely, however, about to get injured because the crystal bear is going to respond, and because it's angry, it can use any of its abilities to respond to you. So we'll get back to crystal bear attacks and abilities. So its orifice is still it's still functioning. And so while the sacs on its back working less well, the orifice is still working, and so it is going to shoot a jet of pressurized fish chum directly, not at you, but at everything around it, near, close and near range.
Oh,
it's going to
shit.
spray fish chum everywhere. Now, fortunately for you, it's not quite enough fish chum to get all the areas covered in chum, but it is enough to hit everybody who would be nearby in chum. And so, my good friend Hunter, you're going to take 2 harm and get slimed, unless you do something else about it.
By unless I do something else about it, do you mean unless I try to dodge it or something?
So try to dodge it, or if you wanted to use your counter ability to negate the hit and attack in your own again.
Oh, I don't negate the hit if I do that.
Well, yes. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
But,
I will just try to dodge this one for now.
Okay.
I'll try to get out of the way.
Perfect. Roll with some slice.
Slice. Cool. I rolled a 2, but I have so much veracity. That lets me reroll
right.
it?
Yeah, you can spend 1 veracity to reroll or 3 veracity to get an extra action.
Wait a second. I can spend 3 to get an extra action.
Yeah.
Extra action, you say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get fucking slimed. I'm gonna take the damage here.
Fuck yeah, beautiful. I had a feeling this was going to be the case. Cool. So yeah, you're going to take 3 harm because it's enraged, and you're going to get slimed.
Cool.
And also everything around it. All of these trees also are taking some harm. It's so much. These trees are getting so fucked up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then these are all no, not these. Cool.
And then
Yeah,
I'm gonna
listen.
assailing annoyance again, I think. I'm gonna this
Good.
time move from where I am towards its head.
Towards the head, beautiful.
And that hits
You're gonna-
everything in its path, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it sure does. Every part in its path. Mm-hmm.
Cool. So that'll be this time 3 harm to each thing in my path.
Yes. All right. 3 harm. And beautiful. So that's going to be...
Oh, sorry. That'll be 5 harm to each thing in my path because
Oh, that's right.
I'm below max health.
That is true. That
Hell
is true.
yeah.
That is 5 to each, which is a shit ton of damage. Okay, so against Sax, with your range, you're gonna deal some damage. That's gonna be 5, so we're at 21. And then the Orvis is also gonna get hit. That's 5, 16. And then you're also gonna hit the paws, which are on your way, and those are piercing. They're not broken, so we're gonna do full damage as well, which is getting at 6. 5, and then against the maw, which is broken and hard, you're only going to deal half damage against the maw because it's a hard part, and you don't deal
crushing.
You don't deal crush, but you're still going to deal 3. All right, and with that very powerful attack, not only have you provoked this great grizzly bear, but also this great grizzly bear looks to be teetering on its very last legs.
Hell yeah. And I assume that hit the head this time.
Yes, it did. Yes,
cool.
so it has been provoked as well. Mm-hmm.
Sick. That was worth all 3 of my veracity.
Yeah.
Goodbye, veracity.
You are, however, because you were slimed and you just moved, you are also going to fall prone.
Okay.
Great. Cool. I figured that was going to be fine. This is more to let you know. Cool. All right. You've already had their monstrous response. So, Sarah.
Here I go. I'm going to use my 2 actions to move like skulking low through the trees as I hear the chaos. I'm going to spend my 3 veracity that I've built
Let's
up
fucking go.
to prepare my skull piercer because I'm in the trees.
Oh.
That motherfucker can't see me. And I'm just like ready, like lining up and waiting for the opportunity to shoot it right in the tush.
Well, normally you couldn't use a range attack because of all these tree cover, because of your special passive ability for the bow.
Correct, yes. Sorry, I meant to mention that. So I have Eagle Eye. Targets not in your line of sight are treated as 1 range band further away instead, which still means that I can hit it because this has the far range.
Exactly. Perfect. All right. Awesome. So that makes it is now time for the tempo change. And so the Great Grizzly Bear is going to, again, it's going to do its things. So it's already enraged. Perfect. And because it's on its final in range, it is no longer going to flee. It's gonna this bout will end when either you are dead or it is dead.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's go see. Even it's gonna hit one of the 2. Excuse me, it's gonna hit Kegan because Kegan provoked it, and it's even. What do you know?
When you slip from being slimed, are you unslimed or do you stay slimed?
You are unslimed once you've slipped.
Okay, so cool. So I fell and I was like, hey, I'm not covered in shit, and then.
Yeah.
Hunter's really doing the Lord's work here.
Hunter is doing really the Lord's work indeed. Yeah, so like you were fine, like you were still like covered in some shit, but like wasn't enough shit to be a problem, and then this huge big like fat load just like
I'm so sorry. It's like orifice, fat, load. I'm dying over here. Yeah, I'm covered in a huge load.
We can't talk about the adjectives of the load. We can't. We cannot.
They got slimed on the insides. I got you. We're going to keep moving. We're not going to think about it.
Oh, no.
I'm crying a little bit. Fine.
That's fine.
It's fine. No worries. I'm even the one who fucking said it. That's
so
my bad.
I've been so good about orifice and slime. I've been giggling
Honestly,
to myself. I couldn't do it again.
I thought orifice was the best way to, like, honestly, it's the least likely to give us, like,
Look, I tried, okay?
Yeah,
I tried
an attempt
hard.
was made.
Yeah. Anyways, so you're doing the thing. The monster is not able to respond because it doesn't have line of sight to you, and it's kind of mad about it. Tempo change, right? Tempo change, right? We did the goop. Now we get the anchor hinge. How many anchor hinge are we getting today? We're getting 2 anchor hinge. 2 boys and girls coming to join us.
Nice.
Opposite corner. They're gonna be over here. Boom. A couple anchor hinge making their way over towards the 2 of you. And now monsters get to attack and move. This great grizzly bear is very pissed. It is very upsetty. that it can't use that because the part is broken and there's not really a mitigated effect to that ability. So it's going to use this one remaining like good part, and it's trying to like just smash the hell out of you, Hunter, with its big claws. Whap, 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 whap. This is not a response, so you just get to take 4 harm and get knocked prone.
I'm already prone.
You are already prone. It's true. You take 4 harm.
Question. The thing with my pal, my companion, he can negate damage once?
Negate all of the effects of an attack 3 times.
We're going to negate it.
Horse.
Right. So Horse is just going to sort of buck and knock me out of the way of this.
Do all of his little booted legs go like scrambly?
Oh yeah, that's right. Horse. For the new person watching the stream, Horse is in fact a giant caterpillar. He looks like a Mario Wiggler. He's going to put a little red boot on me and push me out of the way.
Beautiful. Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Horse knocks you out of the way. You're fine. Horse also is fine. No caterpillars were harmed in the making of this tabletop role-playing game. Beautiful. All right. These anger hints are going to move. They're going to move towards that big pile of slime and chum over there.
The fish.
Fishy nonsense. And that is and we roll for complication. So on a 5 or 6, we get some spicy stuff. And that's a 5, baby.
Kegan, you have to press the button. Kegan, you have to press the button for the spicy shit.
Oh God.
Why is it spicy?
There you go.
I'm so glad that you have this button. I'm so delighted that you have this button.
Press the button.
Wrong button.
Yep, exactly. So each of the different hunting zones has their own different table of complications. And so in the Once Emerald Forest, where we are right now, I got 6 different options. Let's see what we're going to get. We are going to get a 3. Hey, we get baby grizzle bears.
No!
You can't hurt my feelings like that.
I mean, not baby grizzle bears, just like regular grizzle bears that are not really big grizzle bears.
Okay.
But
if you tell me that this is their mom, and I'm about to do some
I'm not doing that
in front of their sweet, innocent baby grizzle bear eyes.
To do like a Monster Hunter comparison, like this is like great Jagras and regular Jagras.
Yeah, I'm on board for the big win. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Cool.
I would kill a baby. It's fun.
We know.
all of a sudden, the stream becomes Bambi.
Yeah, secretly, this has been a long con. It's not Monster Gets 2E. I'm not crowdfunding that at all. It's actually Bambi, the officially licensed Disney role-playing game.
But just the first few minutes of the film where you kill Bambi's mom.
Yeah, exactly. Just the first few minutes of the movie where you kill Bambi's mom.
Amazing.
Okay. So we've got one regular grizzle bear is gonna like amble onto the scene and is like, oh, hey, there's some delicious fish over here. There's some delicious food over here. There's some food. This is not food. This is a friend. But everything else here, delicious food. I would like to get at it. This grizzle bear obviously is much smaller than its the great grizzle bear equivalent over here. But it will definitely give you a really bad time if you get close to it.
Okay.
Gavin, it's your turn.
I would like to release my 10 harm.
Yeah, you fucking would.
So let us do that.
The claw.
Was it the remaining part that is not busted? Yeah.
Remaining part that is not busted is we got the claw and we got the orifices are still not quite busted yet.
Yeah, it was I thought it was the orifice. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I'm tired of being covered in shit.
We are shutting that shit factory down.
All right. Beautiful. All right.
Looks like shit's off the menu.
And actually, with that 10 harm coming in from that Skull Piercer arrow, that is going to be just enough to kill the Great Grizzle Bear.
Fucking let's go.
And you're going to break the part. You're going to break the part, and then it's dead.
I think I just want to like maybe Hunter hears this a little bit as like that arrow's like I imagine there's like a cool like whoop 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 sound as like the arrow's charging, and it just a quiet like that's enough of your shit before firing the arrow.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, we love it. We love to see it. Beautiful.
This is very good.
Yeah. And with that, Great Grizzle Bear is slain. These nuisances here, these anchor hinge, this smaller Grizzle Bear, they're gonna be, they're gonna have to get like dissuaded from trying to eat the corpse. Well, these two are. Grizzle Bear, not so much. But again, you're badasses. You've got very large weapons. These are much smaller. They're gonna fuck off. And it is now time to start carving up the loot.
Hell yeah.
I step towards the loot. I immediately fall over.
It's true. I mean, you have to
No
stand up
longer
first,
slide.
and then you fall over, and then you, yeah, exactly. I love it. So it's now time to carve up the body of the Great Grizzled Bear and see what kind of parts you're able to harvest that you can use to power up yourself and your village a little bit later when you get back home. So each of you are going to get to roll on our table of Grizzled Bear parts. Once for defeating the monster, and then one additional time for every part that you broke.
Hell yeah.
We
And we're
broke
gonna
some
take-
parts.
You broke 3 parts, so you're each going to roll 4 times total.
And what die are we rolling?
So you're going to roll a d6, but I'm not quite done yet. And this is so once you've each rolled your 4 times, we're going to put them into a big common pool, and you're going to take turns pulling out exactly the parts that you want from that common shared pool.
Very cool.
And then at the end of that, so Sarah, you have a your companion is able to get you an additional tag potentially.
That's right.
And so after we do through the whole process of like rolling and putting into the pool and then taking out of the pool, you're going to roll an extra die, and on a 5 or a 6, your companion's going to grab for you 1 extra part from the big pile of like guts and meat and like steel that has been left over. It is not fit for use.
Juno coming in clutch.
Yeah. Okay. So let me get back to my description of the monster. Great. So each of you get to roll 4 times. Who's going to go first?
I rolled 1, a 2, a 5, and a 6.
Right. 1, 2, 5, 6. So you have got stainless steel Grizzled Bear bone. You've got second Grizzled Bear bone. 2x bones. You've also got 1, 2, 5, and 6. You've also got a Grizzled Bear paw. And last but not least, you get the heart of the Grizzled Bear.
Okay. And then do I know what these are? I know we're like closing up here, so it doesn't super matter. But do we know what these things would be good for?
Yes. So each of these guts, these monster guts, together it's got the cool name.
Holy
but
shit!
They also come...
Holy shit! We said the game's name.
We
It
did say the
happened.
name.
It happened.
We did. You're welcome. So each of these monster guts comes with what's a tag attached sort of like a little end of it. And that tag is going to determine like how you use that mechanically. So for example, the stainless steel Grizzled Bear bones have the metal tag, which means that when you go back to the village, you can use that metal tag, and you can use this to add either like the metal effect to your weapons, which sort of adds like this little countdown clock to a monster every time you hit it with the metal attack, that will eventually cause a big explosion.
Oh, fuck.
Or you could spend, if you were doing a longer game, you could spend that metal tag on one of the village buildings to improve the benefit that that building gives you and your scavenger friends. And if you spend enough of them, eventually you'll be able to unlock brand new building extensions, which unlock like new benefits and new abilities and new ways to improve and power up the character.
That's sick as hell.
The last thing that you could spend that on is if you get one of every single tag that the Great Grizzled Bear has, you can go and turn that into a Great Grizzled Bear armor set. And that armor set is going to give you a unique way to generate veracity and spend veracity that's linked to the Great Grizzled Bear.
So in this case, shitting on everyone?
That is definitely, I haven't designed the armor set effects just yet. That's definitely, I'm thinking about it.
At this point.
It's you know, the design specifics are to be determined, but I know that it's going to give you some way to get extra veracity and some way to spend some extra veracity, give you a little bit more tactical complexity with you when you're on the hunt.
Yeah, this is sick.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Sarah, roll me some dice, please.
I
You got 4 rolls.
2 6s, a 2, and a 3.
6, 2, and a 3. Perfect. So both the 6s, those are more Grizzled Bear hearts. I guess this Grizzled Bear had a lot of different hearts in it.
3 hearts.
Yeah, so you got 3
Amazing.
hearts. And then with a 2 and the 3. So the 2 is going to be another bone.
So that's 3
3
And then the-
bones.
3 bones. And then the third is, the number 3 is going to be Food Safe Eviscerator, which has the bleed tag.
Okay.
So in total, y'all have got 3 stainless steel Grizzled Bear bones,
Mhm.
1 Grizzled Bear paw, 3 Grizzled Bear hearts, and 1 Food Safe Eviscerator.
Listen, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but I noticed you don't have a bare hand. There's bare hand.
You know what
for
else I don't have?
Hmm.
dig into the guts and pull out a food safe eviscerator.
Beautiful. All right, so Hunter, you're taking a food to the eviscerator. All right, your turn now, Sarah.
Yeah, fine, you ungraceful. I will take the paw.
Beautiful. All right, so we got 3 bones and we got 3 hearts to split between the 2 of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would take for sure one of each.
Yeah.
And then I'm fine. Kegan, is there one that you would want more than the other?
Yeah, I'll take an extra bone. You can take an extra heart.
Perfect. That's what I was
Beautiful.
thinking anyways.
Awesome. All right, fantastic. And now, last but not least, of course, we've got to see if your,
Oh, that's right.
if Juno comes in clutch. So
Come
roll me a die.
Juno.
Yeah.
That's a 1.
Alas, Juno this time is not able to find any additional monster guts for you, but I'm sure on the next hunt you'll get something.
Yes.
All right. So with your quarry slain
boss.
and
No body parts for you.
Did you look what you're specialized?
I was supposed to do that.
Well, yes. Normally listen, and I'm gonna get down. Nobody knows that it's you that has 2 good eyes, okay? I'll be really honest with you. I couldn't see shit that whole time. I just kind of followed my nose because there was a lot of shit. I couldn't see it, but I could smell it.
That seems bad with a bow, but okay.
Listen, you're telling me.
some real
My
like, lucky
mentor,
code for the
my
G
mentor
here.
probably would have told me to pick a different weapon, but he did get eaten, so.
Rip. Okay. Well, I'll go look for more bones.
Fantastic.
Just for you, Sarah.
Amazing. Thank you.
Delightful.
We love Judge.
That's good. All right. So your hunt is over. The crystal bear is slain, and the Skagit River is at least the salmon spawning in there are going to be safe, at least for now. And you head back to the village, and we would work through like again, if this is a longer game, like there's a lot of upgrades potentially you could be doing. There's some other characters that we would introduce, maybe there's some time for role playing as well. But that's sort of the end of our Monster Guts adventure.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
So fun. I have so many thoughts about this game. Very good, Kegan. Kegan coming in clutch with the soundboard.
Yes. Thank you.
First
Thank
of all,
you.
Daniel, thank you so much for bringing this game here and letting us play and running it for us. I loved it. I loved the first edition of this. I think the things that you've added to the game make it feel even more unique and add like a level of like dynamic play that is really hard to get in a TTRPG, in my opinion, right? Like the card battlefield alone makes it so like it's immediately like, oh, rather than trying to like capture it in your mind or like drawing a grid, like this adds just like an increased level of depth and like turns it more strategy, but in a way that's not like overwhelming, right? Like that's so cool.
Yeah, I had a blast. I did not play 1E, so this is my first Monster Gutsing. Monster Gutsing, it feels right.
Yeah.
Feels pretty good. Yeah, Monster Guts.
Yeah, I really like how the grid shapes up Lumen combat. I've openly designed a few Lumen games.
1 or 2.
Open secret. And yeah, I think like the way it uses the battlefield has always been a little nebulous. And I feel like this really fixed that up, like in a way I think a lot of people need to be paying attention to.
Yeah. And it's like so straightforward too, because it's like I think a lot of the times when you're doing like encounter style games or like there is that like, well, how am I close or how am I, and this is just like so immediately apparent without like having to get into things like move distance or anything like that. And again, like I'm looking at this cards that we have in front of it, and like you can see that it's like a whole little thing purely just like trees, not trees. And we have a comment in chat like hard to get while like keeping it fun. Like yes, and like that is really difficult, and I think a lot of times can be over engineered. It's so rewarding to just be like, no, like this is open space, this is trees, this has swampy swamplands, good luck and Godspeed. Like so straightforward and like really played into the way we could approach the fight, right? Like because I have the bow and I have that eagle eye, right? I can stay in like the tree cards and really like navigate that versus Kegan, who really like was forced to get up like close and personal, like with a different weapon choice. Like the fact that it can be so different but ultimately like we can work together to like accomplish that is really rewarding. And again, like I'm a huge fan of games that are just very streamlined to like, here's what you can do. It's not going to take a lot of time to like figure it out, right? But what you can do is varied and still captures like fun. At no point did I feel like, well, there's not really anything that I can do to help the fight move forward. And again, which I think sometimes can be difficult in games, but this, you have that flexibility to constantly be making a choice that moves narrative forward. And like, that's not even getting, Danielle, that's not even getting into the like complications and stuff like that, like, which were so like, oh no, but like, oh yes. Like,
yeah.
Like the level of like excited dread, I guess is the right way to phrase that brought in was like so like fun and made it feel like not like dangerous, but like high stakes in a situation where it would be very easy to just like feel like you come in, beat up a monster, and then leave.
Yeah, the balance felt very intentional. Like
Yes.
I was dancing on the edge of death's door that entire fight.
I was so scared the second that it stopped like paying attention to you, like I'm gonna get wrecked. Like, it was like, stay away.
Yeah, there was a lot of like, okay, cool. I can bring this down to one damage and I'll be fine this round. And Sarah can do all of the damage and I'll just sit here and eat it. And like that is hard to do. It's like hard to balance that intentionally. So it was really fun.
I do have a question for you, Danielle, because we did get to like explore the more like hunt dynamic, which totally makes sense. The other part I really enjoyed was like the character creation, like building out the village. Could you talk a little bit about like what would be like? What steps did we kind of miss, given that it's a one shot, that you're like excited about, or like the dynamics of that village creation?
Yeah, no, I'd love to. So, like one of my goals for Monster Guide Second Edition is I really want like the environment and the world to feel like a character that's really at the table. And so, like, you know, for the character creation, like I'm taking a lot from inspiration from like Belonging Outside Belonging games with the pick lists, and like a little bit of like from Guba Banwa, which is a really phenomenal job of like taking player.
Sarah's not here.
Yeah.
My cat ejected me from the call.
Still going. We're good.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
we're here. It just
Great.
Kelby decided to be very helpful and was like, hang up. So we're good. My
perfect.
Paline was not very helpful.
You know, these things happen even to the best of us. Yeah, so I really wanted the environment and the world to feel like a character. And yeah, get random encountered indeed.
For real.
Yeah. And so with the village creation stuff, it's a lot of that is about the very first question is like what are the two environments that border the village?
Oh, cool.
So it's like really giving you like a really strong sense of place and like thinking about like what is the village built on top of? You know, is it like a Cold War nuclear bunker? Is it like untouched suburban hell? Because these are going to give really, really different ideas of like what this place is to be like. And then the other thing is about giving you like people to connect within the village. So a lot more of like building out NPCs and these complicated types of relationships. I've got this really phenomenal D66 table of like ways that you and another scavenger and another villager are in these very complicated, like weird entanglements. Like, you know, someone caught you and this other person trying to raise a baby monster and like ratted you out and you got in a lot of trouble. And like thinking about like sort of like building more of a history of your characters and tying them into the village location, and with the idea that gives you so much like that gives you so much room and like character goals of what you want to accomplish when you're not on the hunt.
Yeah. And I love that too. Like again, like it's the very phased approach to play. Like you can role play through like the whole thing, but it really does like it leaves you time to like do the role play and gives you like a reason to, even from the character creation where Kegan and I are mostly giving each other shit, but like building that out and like, oh no, like legitimately we have some complicated things that we could like work through long term, based on some like fill in the blanks like Mad Lib style hijinks. And like that's so cool because I think a lot of times like when you're building characters and systems, like it can, like I think there's a lot of games that do it really well. This is one of them. Like it's just so easy to like just jump in and say, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, and like I have what I need to like get weird, and I love it.
Yeah, the only problem with doing this as a one shot is we get not enough of Trophy Husband.
I need Trophy Husband.
It's true. It's true.
I need to know everything about Trophy Husband. but not Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle's boring and
Kyle
should not be
sucks.
mentioned.
Kyle sucks. No. F's in the chat for Kyle.
Yeah, rip.
Terrible.
It sucks to
Rip,
suck.
rip, rip. Yeah. Not even because Kyle's dad, just 'cause Kyle sucks.
Awesome.
One of the other goals for Monster Guts is definitely about like giving people reasons to want to play more Monster Guts. Whether that's like you didn't get a trophy husband, oh dear, like we made this really cool
I
character
guess we're gonna have to do a second session. Yeah.
We'll have to do a second session. Oh no, we'll have to like you want to use those Monster Guts that you just got.
Right.
Like we'll like how do you want to use them? Where are you going to use them, etc., etc. Yeah.
Right. So cool. So talk to us about like the funding, the Kickstarter, all of that stuff. That's where I was going.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, cool.
I would love to talk about the crowdfunding. So I am going to be I'm crowdfunding this on BackerKit.
There we go.
And the campaign is going to be launching, I think, October 14th,
oh my god,
9 a.m. Pacific time. So it's coming right on up. Would it be possible to drop a link to the little teasery page in the chat so people go and
send it to me
out?
and I can put it in
I was
the
gonna
chat.
say, is it the www.pub.itch.io? Is that
That
what
is my website.
Gotcha,
That is
okay.
my website, and like you can get to the BackerKit campaign
Okay.
from there, or you can just click this link.
Okay.
And that'll be in the
'cause we're
description
crowdfunding.
It's
on
in
YouTube
chat.
later.
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome.
Because what we are crowdfunding is we're crowdfunding, like not only are we crowdfunding like a ton of like really phenomenal arts. I just confirmed with Jan Butler to do environment arts.
Oh, so cool.
And like I paying for the incredible cover that Evangeline Gallagher did. I'm gonna be
I was
working
gonna say
with
that's right. You have one of my favorite artists doing your cover.
Yeah, Evangeline is just incredible, and I'm so delighted I got to work with them again for this. And then I've got the Rapid Punchers, who's the artist behind a lot of the original monster art for Monster Hunter. Excuse me, for Monster Guts.
Oh, there we go.
Who's back? Yeah.
Amazing.
Who's back and going to be doing like all the new monsters, and so we're funding all of that, but we're also funding a print version of Monster Guts 2E, so that like you can get the game, and it's going to be pretty, and then you can also get like a nice little physical book. That you can have in your hands, because I love books. I would love to see like this game in print, and that's what we're raising money for.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Very cool. Is there anything else? Like, this is the thing. I had the best time. Is there anything like, I don't know, like a particular mechanic that we didn't explore that you're super excited about, that you were willing to kind of tell folks about here?
So yeah, actually, I'd love to talk a little bit about like the upgrade stuff, because we get to get chance to talk about it. So like so one of the things about Monster Guts is that like advancement systems and tabletop role-playing games are like I think really hard, because like there's a very like traditional model of like levels and like number getting bigger that's like very common, and it works. It's very successful. And what I really wanted for Monster Guts is I really wanted to feel more like lateral power-ups.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so we've got this idea. So, for example, one of the unlockable buildings that you can unlock as part of the Flesh Knitter's Hut is the Flesh Loom. And once you unlock the Flesh Loom, if you go visit the Flesh Loom, you can get these things that are called adrenaline rushes right now, where you can burn one of your like crush, slice, or pierce stats to immediately get like a bonus on whatever it is that you're doing.
Oh.
So you're just for the whole rest of the hunt, you have less of one of your stats, but you have this one instantaneous, like really high powerful, high octane moments.
Very cool.
And like that's like the type of thing, like each of these buildings lets you do like such cool, different, and unique stuff. And the other thing is when thinking about upgrades and enhancements, like we talked a little bit about like the metal tag and like adding an elemental effects and like status conditions to your weapons. One of the other ways is using the like tags that are Monster Guts that are like the Gristle Bear card that you got, where you can take any one number on your weapon sheet and increase it by 1. So like your Crush, Slice, Pierce, a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Your edge, your maximum edge, a little bit bigger. Your health, a little bit bigger. And it's can make a really big difference, and it makes choosing where you want to increase that like so personal, even though like everyone who uses the glaive is using the same glaive. But once you start getting some upgrades in, that's your glaive, baby. Like it's got your aerodynamic holes from the Gristle Bear teeth marks, but you've also got your whatever you really wanted to upgrade on it. And there's so much like personality that you can get with your character once you start investing into the village and the upgrade system. And I'm so excited for people to get a chance to look at that.
That's super exciting. While you were talking I wanted to take a second for the veracity bit. What a cool mechanic to like drive player engagement and really reward them. Like being able to like describe dope shit and getting like something that like wasn't necessarily a game changer, but came in clutch, like when it like it felt like all of these fun narrative things that I did to have like a narrative like was very cool. Because I think again it's hard to kind of award players for like creative thinking and stuff in a way that doesn't, you know, break the game or that doesn't fall flat sometimes, you know what I mean? Like and the fact that like veracity, like it doesn't change like like it can help seeing things, but it's like certainty of like when I use this I will for sure achieve the thing that I'm trying to do, rather than like leaving it up to chance in some way, was really really cool. And like what a fun way, again, like Sarah's a role player, that's why I play games, and so for like me being like I'm doing dumb shit and like have that work out for me, yes, 10 out of 10.
Good. I'm so glad that was 100% my hope with stealing that mechanic from Bama.
It was awesome.
Great. I'm so glad.
Fantastic. So link to the backer kit October 14th.
October 14th is when this campaign launches.
Awesome.
And I've got I've got one more stream of Monster Guts lined up for like later in October.
Nice.
Which is going to be a ton of fun over at the Neon Lights roleplay folks.
Hell yeah, Neon Lights. We love Neon Lights. Yeah.
They're sick people. I'm so excited to run it. We've got a lot of players. We've got 5 players right now.
Wow, awesome.
And I'm going to get to do some very nasty things as part of that. You will not want to miss it.
Awesome.
Thank you both, Kegan and Sarah. Thank you so much. This has been such a fun time to run this for both of you. It's been an absolute blast and a privilege.
Yeah,
this was great.
Thank you so much. So everybody, click that link. Also check out Danielle's itch page. It's on the overlay. Also, since you're here and you like cool fun games, you should join Zine Club, which is something that we do to help indie designers publish their zines on a monthly basis. We are kind of in a hiatus right now, but still
we're taking a month off.
But go check out the page, learn more about it. Highly recommend if you like weird little games as much as we do. It is a great resource and it helps supports indie designers get to see.
And the website for that is
zine.club.
You were so close. It is rpgzine.club.
I can't be bothered to memorize anything. And that's what you need to know about me.
I just lay a little trap for you.
I know. I could feel it coming too. I was like, shit. Awesome. You can check out some of our other streams that we've done, like on YouTube if you want. Where we've played other games that are equally as silly, some less silly, but still just as much fun. Kegan, is there anything else we want to announce that comes to mind?
I don't have a calendar.
Oh,
no.
I have something. Something.
Oh, is this the world premiere?
Yeah, so I will be running an in extremis campaign. We've decided our start day will be October 27th, just in time for Spooky Day, where it is going to be Terminal Riot, the in extremis game. I'm very excited. I've got an incredible cast of players that I cannot wait to, be necromancers in space with. So check that out. We'll be playing every other Sunday, starting on the 27th. So I'm so excited. It's going to be the best. And other than that, I think we're just going to wave at the camera now and thank you all for coming and tell you that we hope you enjoy your pizza. Okay, bye.